Hey guys, we're back at it again. Once again, it's Third Eye Truth and Podcast. I am the host, James Gill. It is I was going to say August, but June 2nd, 2025. I'm getting, time's flying by, man.
For you, it is.
For me, yeah, it's scary.
No.
For you too?
I will attest to that.
Yeah.
It's flying. I don't know where this year has gone.
It's already halfway through the year. Halfway through the year. 6 months. All right, guys. I'm James Gill, your host, once again. This is Joe Hill, my co-host.
I'm still here.
All right, tonight's guest, Sarah Spoonholtz. Very nice to meet
Did
you,
say
honey.
it right?
Yeah.
That's that's
Spoonholtz, yeah. Spoon like you with Holtz like Lou. Yeah.
What did you just say?
Oh shit! Wrong button again.
What the hell are you doing?
I hit the wrong button, man. There we go. We're back on track.
Why is it?
Okay, what you want to do right here? Stop talking. Let me handle this. I'm not worried about my thing right now. I'll tell you this. I got excited. Push the buttons too fast. Let's do it again. Let's give Sarah some more love.
Sarah.
Welcome to the show, Sarah.
Thank you.
Jones always give me a hard time about stuff. You don't know the buttons, but I do. Let's get excited.
I only get one button. That's all I get.
Yeah, you don't even
You
deserve
can
that
be.
button.
Oh, this is mine.
Is it an easy button?
I'm gonna take the batteries out. That's what I'm gonna do.
It's the you got Joe button.
Yeah, he has. We made a catchfridge for Joe. He hated it.
I hated it. I did.
Hated it.
I thought it was the most stupidest
And
thing.
now
I love it.
he loves it.
I do.
So
Sounds right.
that's about right. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Glad to have you on.
Yeah.
It's the small things I like.
Of course, Joe.
You know, there are so many directions I could go with that, but I'm not going to.
Sarah, I'm
Not
glad
going
you're here.
to.
I'm glad you're on my side because this guy is out of line. You're out of line. I love it. Once again, welcome to the show. How's things going for you today?
Good. Yeah,
Have a good
it's been
day
a really
today?
good day. Yeah, we had a busy day.
Yeah.
Coming off of our first golf outing of the year on Friday. So first day back in the office after that. Got a lot of stuff to do, lots of emails, lots of press releases, so many press releases. And then we had a ribbon cutting before I came here. So yeah, it's been a busy day.
Yeah,
So-
it sounds like it. Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah.
So people know when you say ribbon cutting
Yeah.
and the golf outing,
Mhm.
what do you do?
I work for the Southwest Michigan Regional Chamber. So I'm director of membership and events. Soon we'll just be a director of membership because we are going to do some restructuring and shift some stuff around. But I take care of working directly with our members. We've got approximately 650 members in the Tri-County area. So yes,
What?
I see a hand.
I figured I raised my hand now.
Got a question?
Yes,
Okay.
I actually do. How do you become a member and what does it entail?
Yeah, so joining the chamber is actually super easy. You just have to fill out an application online or come and see us at our office. Our main location is 811 Ship Street inside the Horizon Bank branch. We're on the third floor, so you can stop in and see us. But basically, you are either an individual who has a vested interest in Southwest Michigan or a business itself in Southwest Michigan or that has an interest in Southwest Michigan. And you want to make sure that, we're able to advocate for you on a local, federal, and state level, or you want to make sure that we're able to do some work in some of the key areas that we're in right now, advocacy being one of our areas, also childcare, workforce development, and general business networking opportunities too. We do approximately 100 events per year between ribbon cuttings, networking, and then our big major events like our breakfast, which has 630 people in attendance. So it's actually the largest networking event in Southwest Michigan.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's a big,
That's a
it's a big
lot.
event. And then the two golf outings that we do, we have a very active young professionals group, which is that 21 to 40-ish. I say ish because I'm over 40, but they keep letting me attend stuff, which is nice.
There you go.
So that 40-ish age group, and those individuals are really looking at growing their careers personally, professionally, also meeting people, making friends. We've had 5 marriages that have come out of our young professionals group so far. So yeah, I mean, we do a lot. There's a lot of things that we do at the chamber that people don't realize that we do. So
I didn't know.
If you are on Facebook, Buy Local Berrien, that was actually our response to COVID, March 16th of 2020. We also do, like I said, we're in the childcare arena right now, working with the Kellogg Foundation out of Kalamazoo
Oh, that's nice.
to bring in childcare opportunities and to facilitate conversations around childcare in Berrien, Cass, and Van Buren County. We also have this new program called Discover Southwest Michigan. It's actually its own 501c3 nonprofit that is focusing strictly on talent attraction, retention, and recruitment. So it got announced last week at the governor's conference, the Mackinac Policy, excuse me, not the governor's conference, but the Mackinac Policy Conference on Mackinac Island by Governor Whitmer and Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist, that we were live with it. And basically, if people are interested in moving to the community, we will provide community tours for them, immersion opportunities once they get in here. If they have a spouse, if they've accepted a job at one of our amazing companies that we have here, but their spouse needs a job, we can help them find a place to work as well. So then we have our foundation. I mean, there's so much that we do,
So
so much.
with membership and stuff like
Yeah.
that, could we do that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So
Send me
base
the Facebook,
membership
buddy.
is base membership is intro level is $300 for the year. So you can do that either as a one-time payment, quarterly, which breaks down to about $75 per quarter, or $25 per month. You can do it that way too.
You do it per month. So
Yeah. We try and make it reasonable and affordable because, I mean, you look
Right.
at Southwest Michigan, you have a lot of heavy hitters right in the Tri-County area. You've got your Whirlpools, your Lecos, your Corwells, but then you have a lot of businesses that are, 2 employees, 5 employees, 1 employee. They still want some of the benefits that come with being part of the chamber. They want the opportunity to network, to connect with other businesses, because that's how you build relationships, right? And people do business with people that they like and that they trust. So we try and keep it affordable for them to also be part of it, because we understand like $300 to a small business, that's a lot of money. So how can we make it so that it's feasible? Like $25 a month is a lot easier than maybe a $300 payment.
Right.
it's kind of interesting.
Yeah. You can actually head to our website, smrchamber.com, and find all the information there. You can see all the benefits and actually see some of the work that we've been doing in the community.
So how long have you been in this position?
I've been at the chamber for just over 7 years
7
now.
years?
Yeah. Yeah. So prior to that, I did 16 years in radio. It's actually where I met Joe. And then I did 3 years at an auto repair shop until my boss unexpectedly passed away and his family decided to
Wow.
close the shop down. And that's actually how I ended up at the chamber. So it's been an interesting ride. I grew up farming, my family in Eau Claire. So
That's why I say she's a lady with many hats.
I saw that
many hats.
post.
Yeah. Yeah. I appreciated that post too, by the way.
You are.
Yeah.
I've always was intrigued at how much stuff you've done in your life
Yeah.
and accomplished. It's
Thank
amazing.
you.
It's amazing.
Yeah. So, I mean, sometimes it's like I look back on it and I'm like, have I accomplished like what I set out to accomplish? So, there are some days where I'm like, girlfriend, you have done way more than what you ever needed to do. And then there are days where I'm like, oh, I need to do so much more. So, yeah.
So, go ahead.
Oh, you go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, you go ahead.
Oh,
So don't stop.
Okay.
this is nice. They're fighting over me.
So actually, I'm going back to the commerce part.
Yeah.
Instead of the radio and everything else so far. But with that, and you've been there for 7 years, you've been doing the same thing for the last 7 years?
Yeah. Or some version of when I first started there, like I said, it was right after my boss at the repair shop passed away and they closed. So I was technically unemployed for 4 hours, right? And 4 hours. Yes, I was unemployed for 4 hours.
It's not enough time to go through unemployment.
I got approved though for unemployment in that 4 hours. Did I ever try and claim it? No, I did not. But when we found out the shop was closing, we were given he had passed away unexpectedly early on a Saturday morning, and we were given 2.5 days notice. So it was 2 weeks after he passed away that they closed the shop. We were given 2.5 days notice. At the time, I knew somebody who was working at the chamber, and I called and I'm like, so I just lost my job effective Friday at 5 p.m. Do you know anyone who's hiring? And they had just let go of their administrative receptionist. So it was like, well, maybe we can pay you something. And I had also just started, went back to college to finish my bachelor's. So I was kind of in that, do I go school full time? Do I work and do the whole work school balance thing? And I just fully left the radio stations. Like I left there and then I was like, no, let me continue to do some voice work and some on air stuff. And right before he passed away, I was like, deuces, I'm totally done. This is my last day. Bye. And
Say bye. Bye,
yeah.
bitches.
Bye. Yeah. Bye. May the odds be ever in your favor. No, okay, yeah, whatever. So it was kind of in that weird limbo spot. And she told me, she's like, okay, come in on Monday. But her boss, president and CEO at the time, which is my boss's predecessor, he was on vacation. So she's like, but I need to talk to him first. So come in at noon and we'll go from there. So initially it was just supposed to be like a, hey, here's a little bit of money. We can float you until you figure out what you want to do. And I just it's like a bad relationship, but only in the best possible way, right? Like, yeah, they came over and they just never went away again. They never left. But so I started off doing front desk admin work, and then I started coordinating the events, started coordinating some of the big stuff, some of the small stuff, and then we had a lot of staff changes, and I kind of got pushed into membership. Being like a membership engagement person. And then also, we had affiliated with what was the Greater Bridgman Chamber, which is now under us. So they're part of our organization as well, even though they still operate as the Greater Bridgman
Yeah.
Chamber. So I actually became their director for a hot minute. And then yeah, I just kind of got shuffled into what I am today. So yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That was
Wow.
yeah.
It's a lot,
Yeah,
right?
that was yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still soaking in the last.
Your
oh,
face, you're just like, I
I'm
don't know.
I'm still soaking in everything that you just threw at me from the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
from
Yeah.
everything from being the receptionist type
Mhm.
to they
Losing your job
Yeah.
and all like that, and you found something automatically.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's
I
good to know people.
truthfully, highly blessed. Like somebody asked me, they're like, "What is it like to be favored by God?" And I'm like, "When I figure it out, I will let you know."
I'll pass it on to you,
100%. Yeah, I will. I will definitely pass it on to you. But truthfully, like I firmly believe, I'm Christian. I firmly believe in a lot of God's timing and that you're meant to be in certain places. And I clearly was meant to be in this one.
Oh, that got really deep.
Sorry.
No.
That is awesome.
If you think about it, a lot of people think that they have the same values you do.
Right.
So
Right.
it's refreshing to hear that you have this deep faith, and I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
I have a tattoo that reminds me on a regular
What?
basis.
What
I was drinking what?
you like when he had something to say?
No, I'm all good on that.
Oh, you sure? Okay.
You were good on that one.
Good.
Good job.
Thanks, Jim.
You're welcome.
I thank you for your validation.
No problem. I'm here for you, Chief.
This is what we do. We go back and forth.
Well,
We go back and forth.
And the people like it. They keep on saying, we like how you guys banter back and forth. Like,
Yeah.
you guys are just make it feel welcome.
Hmm.
Well, it helps the people. Anybody we have on.
Oh, yeah.
Slide
No.
into it.
Like the microphone
Yeah.
is super intimidating. Like when I was in radio, I would have people come in and they're like, I don't think I can do this. And I'm like, okay, just we are having a conversation.
Yeah.
Like, so whatever like banter we can get back and forth, like it does. It
Don't
takes
pay
the
attention
ease
to
out
this
of it.
over
Yeah.
here.
Like there's ignore the cameras. Like, don't
Did you
worry,
guys
it's at
have
my good
cameras?
angle. As I was leaving, we were starting to do some stuff with cameras in the
Live, yeah.
studio.
Really?
And now, actually, with my my current position, I'm in WSJM every other week, and we're on the live stream. And I'm
Oh,
like,
there you go.
what's my good angle? And then I have to tell myself, like, because I'm used to being in radio, and I'm not used to having a camera pointed on me. There's a reason I'm not in TV. So, like the other day, I'm sitting in there, and I'm like, oh, I've got a hangnail. Like, let me just and
Really?
I look at the camera, and I'm like, Sarah. Or my biggest thing is that my subtitles on my face do not turn off. So like Ken will be reading a story and I'm just like the live stream is on. Okay, yeah. Well, they know how my feelings on that topic.
I would be just like
Yeah.
that with him sometimes.
Yeah. It's really good on a Zoom call. Like I've had somebody, Peter Clovis, who owns Prairie Real Estate in Benton Harbor. He's a very good friend. And I will get text messages on Zoom calls. Check your face. Like,
You
sorry.
can't mute the mic. You can
No.
mute the mic. You just can't mute the camera.
Yeah, no, you can't.
So
mute your
your
face.
emotions, you show everything on your face.
I do. I've been told that I used to have a really solid poker face. I don't have that
Until
anymore.
I don't think you
Yeah.
Give it, yeah.
Yeah.
You never
So-
did. I don't think.
I
That's
I
much I know,
did.
yeah.
Yeah.
At one point.
Especially with people that so I don't there are very few people that I actually dislike, right? I can usually find something about somebody that I can like. But there have been a few times where I'm like, I genuinely do not like this person. And I'm just like,
It's hard to hold it.
it's hard now.
hard to hold
Before
it
I
back.
could be
It's hard to hold
like,
it
oh
back.
yeah, they will never know how I truly feel about them and what's going through my brain right now. Now I'm like, check your face, Sarah, check your face. Or as Arthur will tell me, if we're going into like a meeting, he's like, I need you to become a golden retriever. So I'll start wiggling and wagging. So that
Really?
it oh yeah, totally. Yeah. I'm like, okay, I'm a golden
To
retriever.
throw them
I'm a
off.
golden retriever. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Here we
That
go.
throws them off a little bit.
Yeah, it
Apparently.
totally does. Yeah.
I'll be thinking, why are you moving like a
Yeah.
dog?
Why
Why
are you doing
Yeah.
that?
Don't look at my face.
Yeah. Like, just
This right
don't look at that. And it's like,
You
or
start
like
breaking down and dancing?
no, but like have you ever like eaten something and it's just been so good where you're kind of like, and you do like the dance, the
Yeah.
wiggle?
Oh yeah, he does it all the
Oh,
time.
yeah.
I make
That's what
noise.
you do.
I make noise.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We had jalapeno grill.
David
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had him on, and he knew him beforehand.
Yeah. I had
And
no idea.
all of a sudden, he
owned
had
this
his
place.
food. He had his food.
Right.
He walked into the door. I was like, Dave? Holy shit.
You know, he just got engaged.
Huh?
He just got
Yeah, I
engaged.
saw that. I
Yeah.
saw the feed
Yeah.
on that. But yeah,
Okay.
congratulations, Dave Tobias.
Yeah, but he
Congratulations.
had him on, and we were trying. He brought us the food, and he's like, oh yeah, this is
Yeah.
good."
Mm-hmm.
He got the
You make noise sometimes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Express how you feeling.
Yeah.
You make noises too, like Yeah.
When I had some wine,
exactly. Exactly. That's the noise you make. Oh yeah.
it's some good stuff.
It's just
It's like that guy Joe Reed over there.
oh Dan Reed. We should get that dude on a podcast. He's hilarious.
Yeah.
We just talked to this older gentleman, and he's out. He I won't say out there. He's a character,
Mhm.
but he's been around so long. Well, he's probably in his mid
He's
80s,
80,
Oh wow.
mid
82.
80s.
No, 78. He's 78.
No, he's 78.
Yeah, I just
Really?
asked him today. He's 78.
Oh wow.
But this guy's been around, and he's
hmm
I've been from
worked
Chicago.
with
Yeah.
mobsters and
Yeah.
things of that nature at a young age.
Yeah.
And it was a very interesting story because he's told me the stories many times, and he's brought me like small articles of things he's done,
hmm
and it's weird. And I was like, wow, this guy's, and
He's not full of shit.
he's not full of shit. No, he can back it up. And not only that, he is
78. I kind of would hope that would be the case, but
he's fucking hilarious.
Oh,
he
that's
is.
good.
This guy's funny as hell.
that's
He,
good.
he had him rolling.
I was dying laughing,
That's
and
good.
this is like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, it was.
20 minutes ago.
We're at Mickey's just talking business and talking stuff, and
Yeah, we were talking.
and he was just coming over here and like
He walked in. First of all, he walked
Yeah.
in, and I noticed him right
now
away.
you can see it from that window, and I'm like I can't even focus on the guy's face.
I can see the silhouette.
I
know
can see
that's
the guy's
Dan.
face from here. I went, what?
That's Dan.
Yeah.
That's Dan right there.
I'm still
That's
trying
Yeah.
to focus. I'm like,
Oh yeah, no,
no.
totally.
And he walked over and he sat down next to us. And he's ginger.
Dude, he
I
was
mean, not
cold
ginger,
as
but
hell.
he's had a lot of
What are you
accidents.
trying to say about gingers there, James?
No, not gingers, but
He's accident
She
prone?
was gonna jump
Yeah.
over the table and kick your
That was
ass.
not.
I'm not sure I'm not saying the word right, but you know what I'm talking about. If he falls, he's done.
Oh, yes.
No,
No.
Not Limp, Joe.
no, I'm thinking
You said Limp.
I know I'm thinking Limber. I was gonna say Limber, but it's not
No.
Limber. It's
He's delicate.
Brittle.
He's
He's brittle. He's
fragile.
brittle.
fragile.
Brittle.
Yeah,
Brittle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like the glass guy on
He's fragile.
that Bruce Willis movie.
Oh yeah.
He's
If
fragile.
he fell
Oh,
down,
my mom's like that right now,
But-
so I get it.
but he had this big bruise on his arm, right?
I think
Mhm.
From hurting himself, of course,
Oh.
or maybe even like going to the hospital and
Right.
getting injected with
Right.
whatever.
Actually,
right.
I'll say the story he just did. He just gave. He was just at like Van's Pharmacy, and he was outside on the bench, smoking a cigar, and these three ladies come.
No, he was
walking.
downtown St. Joe.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
Okay.
downtown St. Joe.
But he was
Right at the barber shop.
Oh, at the barber shop.
Oh,
Right,
that's
that
what he was
corner,
saying?
right in
Okay.
the corner where the cross
Mhm.
street from the clean the dry clean.
Yep.
Yeah, so he was there smoking.
Airway?
He was smoking. Oh, Airway. That's why I thought, man. So he was there smoking a cigar, and all of a sudden, these three ladies sat at the bench and started talking to him. He says, "I gotta lean over. I gotta tell you something."
Oh no.
And they said, "What?" This is the best place to pick up guys.
You know what? I will add that to my list of places because I have tried Home Depot. I have tried Lowe's. I went to Menards.
How do you do it then? I mean, do you approach people?
No, not only that, he's openly gay, right? So he's an older gentleman, openly gay,
Openly gay, got it. Yeah.
and he's like, said, I didn't tell him I was at a competition.
Yeah.
So,
That was the other thing. Yeah.
That's what it'd be
Yeah,
like.
he said, "This is the best place to pick up guys."
I didn't
And-
tell him that I'm at a competition. And I laughed my hardest that whole time.
Yeah, I was laughing my ass off with him.
He's a good guy. I mean,
That's awesome.
that's one of the guys. See, this is what we do on our podcast.
Mhm.
We bring people like that everyone knows who he is.
Mhm.
He's a pillar of the community.
Yeah.
And not only that, he's in and out of different bars and different establishments.
Yeah.
Everybody knows who he is.
Yeah.
And it's the funniest things that he says that makes him like one of those genuine people
Mhm.
or those iconic people in the area to bring in.
Yeah.
And that right there, I said, Joe, we need to bring that guy in.
The salt of the earth people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are
Oh.
my favorite too.
He's an awesome character.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
he
did
cracks me up.
I did do a shout out to and sent someone to DiMaggio.
Oh yeah.
Good deal.
Oh, we had Joey on the other a couple of weeks ago.
Joey DiMaggio.
Yeah. I love his dad.
And that's
Izzy.
another
Now
character.
I'm shooting,
Yeah.
now I'm shooting for his
He-
dad.
He is
Izzy.
funny as hell.
Oh,
Mhm.
Joey, yeah.
Yeah. Godfather, as I call Izzy. I'm like, hi, Godfather. How are you
Do
today?
you really?
Yeah. Yeah. He's like,
Yeah.
I can see that.
like,
Izzy's awesome.
I love you,
but
Izzy.
Izzy grew up with my family. So
yeah.
I mean, when Joey came in, he says, "Mom says hi." I said, "Hi." Tell Mary I said hi.
Aw.
So
Yeah, they're good people.
Yeah,
The DiMaggio family is really good people. We are so blessed. Like you can look at so many different families. We have a lot of multi-generational families here in Southwest Michigan.
Yeah.
And so many of them are just truly like good people. The DiMaggios are definitely one of them. I mean, you've got obviously the Uptons. They've done so much for Southwest Michigan. And then you go out, like, so I am from like the middle of nowhere. Like I live on a dirt road on some acreage out in the middle of nowhere. I love it.
does it have a name though?
It
Or
does.
is just a dirt road?
It does have a dirt. Yeah. See, this is one of the things where I get weird though.
Oh, my
The,
You
like,
don't understand it
know,
online.
yeah,
If you don't want to say it out loud. you
Yeah.
don't have to.
no, I live on a dirt road in Berrien
Yeah.
County. We'll just say that
There
in
you go.
Bainbridge Township.
That dirt road.
And on the dirt road, I went to Eau Claire, whatever. But there's so many families even out by me, like the Hinkelmans, the Dominion family too. I mean, they do so much and they are really truly good people. Like some people are like, oh my God, there's Dominions.
Yeah.
It's like if you have a conversation with like Carol or any of the boys, like even like Lou being one of her kids, like they just when you have a genuine conversation with them, like it's good conversation. It's
yeah.
like, oh, that's what I love. It's like one of the things I love about my job. Like Joe, you asked me before we got on and we started, do you miss being at the radio stations?
Yeah.
I miss some of my former coworkers 100%. I miss some of the listeners that I got to interact with. I miss some of the perks like concerts and all that fun stuff. But one of the biggest things that I love about being at the chamber is there were other things working at the radio stations. Like I was on air, I was music director, I was basically assistant PD for Y Country. I was on Y Country, I was on the coast at the same time. I was selling, I was in so many different departments in so many different areas. And with the selling side of it, especially, like I am not a hard sell. Like, what is it? Coffees for closers. What is it? Yeah, anyway. The steak knives would not have ever come to my house because I'm not a hard seller, right? Like I don't like to pressure people, but I love the relationship build. Like I love getting to learn about people and like make the connection with them because it feels like, okay, when they do actually work with me, when they do make the commitment or the investment into whatever I'm asking them, it feels like that much more special. And so I love like talking with people and learning about them in that respect. So I will definitely be looking that guy up.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
got to find out some other locations where he could be my competition at.
Now, what made you get into radio? What's the key factor made you get into radio?
Yeah. What made you get into radio?
I grew up farming and I knew I didn't want to farm for the rest of my life. Like just knew I didn't want to farm. But I actually wanted to do sports marketing. So my plan was, okay, I'm either going to go work for an NFL team, a Major League Baseball team being my first choice, NFL being my second, or a NASCAR team. I want to do their marketing and their promotions and everything. And I was at Southwestern Michigan College doing some stuff, and somebody had mentioned, well, hey, you might want to look at doing an internship. Because of proximity, family, the farm, and everything, I was like, I'm in South Bend enough. And the Cubs didn't have any openings. So I was like, all right, cool. And somebody said, hey, have you thought about radio? And that was one of my senior projects to graduate in high school was actually doing a fake radio like slash TV show. So I'm like, all right, cool. Let me call them up and see. So sure enough, I called them up and I was like, hey, do you have any internship opportunities? And their promotions director at the time, Sandy Lieberg, was like, absolutely. We are always looking for promotions interns. And so I interviewed and I ended up being a promotions intern. So I went from being an unpaid intern to a paid member of the staff producing shows. I was working in the sales department. I was working at the reception desk. I was interim business manager like 3 different times. And then I just continued to grow from there. So yeah, that's how I'm 16 years.
Yeah.
I was there 16
You
years.
know about this the
So
whole time, Joe?
Yes, I did. Actually.
yeah. Yeah.
Shaking your head like,
Yeah.
I knew that.
Yeah.
Actually, I've been part of the radio and watching everybody grow because I was always friends with everybody there.
Yeah.
So it was like a whole other side of the family that I
Venetian.
had.
Yeah.
With Venetian and everything else. But
So you were on the radio during the Venetian?
I wasn't.
No, he was behind the scenes.
I was behind the scenes. I ran.
Oh, okay.
I ran the stages and everything else. So
yeah.
I mean, but I knew
Did all
everybody.
the dirty work.
Yeah.
No, actually, I didn't have that.
No, he had minions that did the dirty work.
That's dirty.
I ran
You instructed
I ran the stages with Mike
Okay.
and everybody else. So, but my thing was I knew the Olsons and Phil and everybody that was already there and Zach. I mean, everybody that's still there or was there, I grew up with all of them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So when everybody came on and seeing everybody changing, like you were saying, I mean, I think I still probably remember a couple of shows that you were first down there when you were first at the shows and everything else. First time ever.
Well, I think I actually first met you. I don't think it was Venetian. I think it was Rockstock and Summer Jam.
Yeah.
Out of LMC.
And
But
what year was this?
Oh, this would have been 2003.
Yeah.
2002, 2003.
Because
that was my, I started at the radio stations in 2002. So my first Rockstock Summer Jam would have been that summer. And was that the year that we had Foghat? I think that might have been the year we had Foghat. I mean, we had Foghat, we had Jekyll. We had some really awesome, really big names on the Rockstock side of things. And even on the country side of things, like Phil Vassar and Blake Shelton, Toby Keith, and all of them.
Guess what, Blake Sheldon?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Before he hit.
We got
yeah.
famous, right?
Oh, yeah.
And Luke Bryan.
And Luke Bryan.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I
Oh, yeah.
actually have a fantastic Blake Shelton story.
Okay.
Yes.
If you want later on,
I will share. I will
You can do it
finish
later.
this.
Yeah,
I will do this
go
later.
ahead.
Yeah. But my favorite Venetian moment with Joe was one of the last years. It may have
Wait a minute, you just said Joe.
with the Joe. Yeah, with Joe.
me.
With Joe.
It's like
With
a,
him.
entity
That
of
guy.
some sort. What the
Yeah.
fuck is going on? You're an entity?
I'm just Joe.
The Joe?
The Joe.
All right. Never continue. Sorry.
So one of my
sorry.
favorite memories though is there was this freak pop up like thunderstorm.
Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah.
And it got so windy, it blew a couple of the tents. It was definitely, if it was Venetian, they have the tents down the side there, and it blew one of them into, I think, a car and into the railroad tracks. Actually damaged the railroad tracks.
Really?
But inside Shadowland, we're holding the tents down so they don't blow away. Like the entire like radio station staff that's out there to like volunteer, we're holding the tents down, getting soaked. Joe has his like microphone pack on and his like walkie-talkie. He takes it off, chucks it at me. Put that where it's dry, and then he like runs over and he's holding down like one of the other tents
couldn't
over
get
the
it wet.
audio equipment. It was that is probably one of my favorite. I think back on it now and I laugh because I'm like, how dumb were we?
Yeah.
Now, you
But
said
yeah.
something about Shadowland. How long,
Shadowland.
how long has that been there?
It's been there since the 90s.
Yeah.
97,
That long?
97, 98.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, be kidding me. Seriously?
Lico,
Almost 30 years?
Yeah.
the Warrens donated that.
Yeah. Because
Almost
before
Almost 30 years.
There's a plaque around there for it.
yeah. Before that, all the concerts were they did
Beach stage.
Lico and then like what was it, Whirlpool
Field.
Field.
Yeah.
So where the Compass is, and then actually where the Carousel is, that was another stage for a little while too.
Yeah.
Arboretum that you had like some of the other smaller acts at too.
Yeah.
So they would have at any point in time, you would have like 3 different bands playing.
Yep.
And
Really?
we basically lived down there. Like if I was either in the Roadhouse from like 6 a.m. to like 11 p.m.
I had a trailer.
Fireworks night. Yeah, you got lucky, you got the trailer. Or I was over on the IRX tent. Yeah.
Or I just
Yeah.
went home.
No, you
Yeah.
walk home.
Or I just
I-
went
Right
home.
down.
I could
down
not
there.
walk
You right
home.
down.
Or I just went home.
Yeah.
but-
You're
There
such
was-
a jerk.
There was one night we left so late and my
Such a
car
jerk.
was
I can see that look on his face. All
Yeah.
right, good.
Oh,
All right,
Yeah.
well, I'll
just
see you
gonna
guys tomorrow. I'm
walk
going
home. Yeah.
home.
Yeah.
I couldn't,
Yeah.
but I stayed.
Yeah.
No, it was my weekend. It was my favorite weekend of all year round. I love doing that.
Definitely putting your work.
But a bad thing is like the show here, I can
You
never
could always
remember.
go home to your bed.
But I can never remember all the bands I saw.
Oh yeah. No, cannot remember all of them.
I can't remember.
I can
all
tell
of
you, REO Speedwagon was there multiple
them.
times.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have all the shirts from them.
Eddie Money.
I remember Stick. They were fun to party with.
Guys go back. Damn.
Yeah.
22 years?
The
Yeah.
Tubes was one of the best shows I always did.
Yeah, 23 years.
Yeah.
20 Venetian? It was,
No, that's just,
oh,
what's-
Just in general.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in
You and I. Yeah. Yeah. That was a long time ago.
yeah,
like-
time flies.
Yeah.
yeah.
We both went through a few stages
Yeah,
between now and then.
Yeah. Yep, Joe, you're right. You've been through a couple stages.
I have.
Yeah.
I always have. Always will.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm always improving. But I mean, with her, it was always awesome because I always knew I get to see her smiling face.
Oh,
And-
that's
and-
so sweet.
It is. And she always is always
So
she was always
sweet.
bubbly and she's always having a good time while she was working.
Look at you,
I never-
Sarah. You're blushing over there.
I never
I'm
never-
joking. I'm
I know.
joking.
I never see her in a bad mood. I haven't.
It's just a Joe, stop lying right now.
I haven't.
Yeah.
Everybody gets in
Well,
a bad mood, but
You're
I
lucky.
never-
Oh,
She's
yeah.
saying you're lucky.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's been some bad moods.
So give me this
Yeah.
one example of a bad mood that puts
Oh.
you in the bag. You don't have to say any names or anything like that.
You want to see her? in a
Where
bad
do I
mood?
even begin?
Just one of the most. Just pick one out of your brain. A mood where it's like something that pissed you off through that whole event.
There's so many that I could pull from. which one? Which one is appropriate?
Yeah, you pick.
We're not rated, so
use,
it's okay.
use your discretion.
We're NC-17.
NC-17, yeah. Okay. So there was actually one time that it was actually at Rockstock out at the college, and we were doing shots in the back of the trailer with the band Jackal.
Shots involved.
There was there were shots involved on the trailer with Jackal. And all of a sudden, like, we were supposed to be selling merch, right? Like, we were part of the merchandise group, and I was the one who got, like, basically shoved out of the trailer to go and sell a bunch of shirts, and I'm like, this is a bunch of crap. Like, I want to hang out with them too. Like, what? Or, like, I think it was either that year or the year after. Phil Vassar was there for Summer Jam, and Phil Vassar was one of the
basketball. Still pissed off about that.
You have bad feelings too.
I know. I'm still pissed and bitter about that.
Sorry.
Call your fouls. Yeah, I called my foul, and he's still cheating. Yeah.
Anyway, so Phil Vassar was one of the reasons why I started listening to country music. And I went backstage to go and, like, meet him, and basically got told no, like, you're not allowed back here, and, like, sent back up front. I was livid. I'm like,
I had good security back then.
yeah.
What? You had your own security?
I had good
The backstage security, yeah.
Would you have
I had good security there.
Yeah.
I had no. It was
To the boys?
we paid people to come in.
Yeah.
No, it was called Elite Security, and they just traveled all over the place.
How many?
Oh, they had their own campground. It was about
The campgrounds?
yeah,
What?
they had their own. They came in and stayed at the KOA. They stayed
They have their own campground?
No, they stayed at the KOA, and they had their own little campground people and everything else. Or we put them on Venetian grounds, and
So there's a bunch of carnies.
Basically,
you could say
they were
that.
security carnies.
Right. Okay.
yeah, they're awesome
makes sense.
people.
Yeah.
Awesome people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had good security back then. It was awesome people.
Yeah.
They were cracking
Good
me up.
times.
Yeah. Yeah. That guy. The funny thing about you brought up Phil. So brought up Phil. The thing that I always remember about him is so I had to drive him to I had to drive him to he wanted to
You've heard
play
this story before, apparently.
he wanted to play basketball. The guy is very athletic. He wanted to play basketball. So I didn't know who the guy was. Never met the man before yet. And I had to take this guy to basketball and with his whole band. I said, all right.
Basketball courts or
Yeah, basketball courts. So that's when the WCA was still open.
Yeah. Before it got torn down.
Yeah, before it got torn down.
Okay.
Yeah. So I said, all right, let's go hop in the
YWCA?
No, WCA.
Well, at that time, it was just a WCA.
Oh,
It became a YWCA right before it torn
Okay.
down.
Oh,
But
okay.
yes. Yeah.
But so we all packed in a 15-passenger van, and he sat in the very back, and all his band members sat in the front. And he's the only one in the back, straight out like this. And I'm thinking, why does nobody want to sit next to this guy?
Mhm.
So I looked at him, and he's all talking. He said, yeah. How do you like this show so far? I mean, how do you like you want to meet Phil? And he's talking. He's talking like a third person. So you want to meet Phil? I said, well,
Good job.
and he's about 6 foot tall.
Taller than you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Tall, 6 foot,
He's like
muscular.
5'10".
I don't know. Everybody's taller than I am. So
How tall you took, Joe?
5'8". Everybody's taller than me.
You
But
I'm not.
so
to get the measurement.
yeah.
Yeah.
So he's in the back and
Good.
saying all this shit about Phil Vassar and all this stuff. I said, yeah, I'd love to meet that asshole, I guess.
He's right behind you. With
No, he's in the very back. I'm driving. He says, oh, really? You would? I said, yeah. I said, because I think that's you. Since you're talking to yourself that that's bad, and I'm going to go with him.
person.
In the third person, I said, I guess that makes you Phil. He says, how could you tell? I said, because everybody else did not sit with you. Everybody sat in front of you and did not speak to you or ask you to scoot over. So then we're playing basketball.
You figure the riddle out.
Yeah. So then we're playing, and he says, hey, Joe, you want to play basketball with us? Because we need another. I went, all right. And he says, how are we playing? He says, we're playing call your own fouls. I said, all right. So I'm shooting the ball, and all of a sudden, call your own fouls. I said, okay. I shoot the ball, and all of a sudden, he slaps my hand. I said, foul. He says, there's no foul. I'm Phil Vassar. I went, you cheating mother.
And you treat you like Rick James. He treated you just like Rick James.
No respect.
So every time I always hear that, I said, "Yeah, that guy cheats in basketball. We played
Yeah.
basketball together."
I'm the baddest motherfucker in the building.
But it was kind
Yeah.
of cool that we met him. I mean, I met.
So, was he any good?
Yeah, he could shoot. He could shoot. Yeah, he could shoot.
Are you any good?
I'm decent. I never said I was best, but I'm
I'm
decent.
saying, are you any good?
I'm decent. I could say it like that.
All right.
Yeah, I'm decent. I could play. Can't shoot worth a little sometimes.
So
but-
you're not that good.
No, defense. I'm a great.
He's lying,
No, I'm a great defensive player.
Oh, so you play defense. You're
I'm
Dennis
good.
Rodman.
Yeah, I can play defense. I can shoot the ball when I'm open, but I'm short. So
Well, I can dribble and pass. That's about the extent of what you're going to get out of me.
I'm a short man that is going to get denied. So yeah. So I'll admit it.
Short.
I'm sure. I know what I can admit my flaws.
All right, good.
That's
man.
hilarious.
Glad you did
Actually,
that.
the other best story that I ever saw for Summer Jam was Luke Bryant.
Oh,
When
And
he
this is before you got
it was like right when I Do was breaking, which was his first
Yeah.
like real big single. Like
yeah.
it had, I think, like the week of Summer Jam, it hit #1.
Yep.
So like it was
Oh,
a
no
big
shit.
he
deal.
could easily
It was
cancel
a
that.
big deal.
He
Yeah.
could
He
easily
did, he
cancel.
did.
He didn't though.
No.
No country people never cancel. No country. For us, never did. For us,
Where did this play? Down
Venetian.
At
The
the
pavilion.
Shadowland Pavilion.
No
Yeah.
And
Wow.
when he first came down,
That's got to be huge. Think about that.
Yeah. It was
Think about
like
this.
there were 4,000 people, I want to say, for Luke Bryan. Lee Bryce, we had, I think, 3,500. Luke, I love me some Lee Bryce. Like, he is awesome.
Luke Bryant was awesome, man, because he was still that younger guy that you don't see on TV. He's still new to this, and he's living it all up. And he brought his wife and his kid, and so I treated them with all respect. And for a good 2 years, I got a Christmas card from him.
Really?
Yeah, I still got.
That's cool.
I did. I got a Christmas card for him for
You
2
think
years.
he still knows you?
No, probably not. Because he hasn't been around here. Because when he came back for the fair, he remembered me.
Okay.
Yeah, I got to actually babysit the boys
Did
for a
you?
little bit.
So you're saying
Yeah.
you would never recognize your face?
He might recognize his face, but I have that face like when Little Big Time was here. Little Big Time was here for a country. They were here.
He has one of those faces, James.
They
I
said
have that face. You just
Yeah.
totally avoided the.
no, he probably wouldn't recognize me, but everybody says I have that face because Little Big Town says you look just like our stage manager that couldn't be here today. You look spot on. So I took a picture with all of them.
Well, this is when your face was brown, right?
Yeah.
Or black, whatever.
Or I didn't have any.
You did?
Yeah.
No, I didn't have that much. No.
What? How?
I shaved this.
Never mind.
Kept my goatee, but I always had.
Oh, just okay. I got it now.
But yeah,
Continue. I'm sorry to interrupt.
but yeah, I mean, I took a picture of them. They sent it to him, and they sent one back. And he says, "Dude, he does look like me." And I looked at it. I don't look nothing like him. But okay.
Don't
Yeah.
you hate that? Yeah,
So
Randy Johnson all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, or Randy. What's his name?
Ray Mays.
No, Randy
Who
from
you?
the fucking TV show.
Who you mean? Are you?
Randy?
Randy.
What the hell are you talking about?
The
Randy Jackson
you go.
from
Yeah.
American Idol?
exactly.
You?
Yeah.
It's glasses.
I can see it.
It's the glasses.
Glasses.
It's the
This is
the
glasses.
face
It's-
shape.
it's
Yeah,
the
I
glasses.
It's the
Yeah.
glasses.
can see him.
I don't. But
I don't.
So you
Sorry.
Blake Shelton actually remembered my face. He's like, "Oh
Really?
my gosh, how are you?" Yeah. So when he was here for the first time, he was actually here. He was playing at the Van Buren County
And this is
Fair.
before he got.
And this was
Wait.
before he
that
got.
was way before he.
So I think maybe Austin. There we go. I think maybe Austin had hit the radio airwaves, but it hadn't. It was kind of doing okay, which was his first ever single. Underrated, in my humble opinion. But anyway,
His first single was underrated.
yes, Austin. I
it
think it's
was.
definitely underrated. It's such a great song, but like it didn't get. I think it cracked like the top 20, but it never really hit anything higher than that.
That's all he needed, though, right?
Oh yeah, that was definitely what got him launched.
Yeah.
And then he, put out Old Red and like all these other songs. So, but when we had him, so his very first time here, he's at the Van Buren County Youth Fair, B100. No, B90. Which one is it? B1 was no, was it B100? No,
Yeah.
B93 out of Grand Rapids. That's who it was. It was Grand Rapids. They were the ones who were doing the country show at the Van Buren County Fairgrounds because it was Blake Shelton and it was Andy Gibbs. Wild Bill is like, hey, we're taking Blake Shelton out fishing. Can you be a driver? Can you drive
You
him?
told us the story too.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Did he tell you how Blake left his cell phone in our car?
He did tell us
Yeah,
the
Yeah.
story.
about this,
So
yeah.
he was with his first wife, Kaynette. So she's calling the cell phone, and me and Holly, one of our other promotions people, we're both just like, what do we do? Do we answer it? Do we not answer it? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Well, Kaynette's like, I thought you girls would answer the phone. Like you would see it. At the time, I think we were 616 and not 269. Thought you would see it was 616 number and you'd answer it. And I'm like,
Such a long time ago.
need to go. Yeah, this was like 2000.
I would say, hello, Blake Shelton's phone.
Yeah.
Long time. Holy crap.
I would
Like-
say, Blake Shelton's phone. How
Like-
you doing?
Right. So we have to turn around. We go back to the hotel. We drop the cell phone off and everything. Later that night, we get to the show and we see Kaynette and we've got backstage passes and everything. And we're back there for like probably the next 3 years. Whenever he was within like a 2 to 3 hour radius,
Yeah.
we would always get an email from Kaynette saying, hey, do you want to come to the show? We've got tickets and backstage passes for you. Great. We'd get there. We'd collect him at will call. We'd go back. He could remember Holly's name, couldn't tell you what she looked like, though. And he would look at me and he would be like, I can't remember your name, but hi, how are you? Like, you'd give a big hug. Like, it was amazing.
He's tall, too.
No,
And he
was
is
this when
so
tickets were still
tall.
tickets and not on your
Yes.
phone?
I think
Yes,
he's like
it was
6
when they were physical, actual
Actual tickets,
tickets.
yeah.
Yep.
He's physically
Yep.
6 foot.
He's
6 something. Yeah.
6'4",
Yeah, that
6'4",
guy-
Is he really?
6'5".
That guy's
Yeah.
tall. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's tall.
Yeah, yeah. So Blake is like genuinely tall and like for the longest time. And then he and Kat divorced and he and Miranda got together. And I remember seeing him after he and Miranda got together and you could tell he
Miranda.
kind of remembered, but he didn't.
How
But
many wives has
3.
he's on 3. Gwen
He's-
is number
yeah.
3. Yes. Yes.
Wife of
Celebrity.
celebrity, yes.
I think it was an idiot for leaving Miranda.
Really?
Yes.
Gwen Stefani's like that?
Ugh. I can't stand
Why?
her. Ugh.
Dude, you no.
I think she's ugly.
You
so.
personally loved Kat, but
Wait, I,
She like the first one.
oh, this
I never
is-
seen
I
Cat.
mean,
I never seen Cat or the second one. So.
Kat was like, if
You've never seen
Miranda,
No, no, dude.
Dude, she's
The only time I actually knew Blake was a big thing was on the TV show.
yeah,
he's yeah.
the voice,
The
yeah,
Voice, yeah.
yeah. No, this was
So-
he had a mullet, like, and I've got
That's the only time I knew he
photos.
was-
He had the
It
mullet
was-
when he first started off.
Yeah.
He was trying to be like Billy Ray Cyrus.
Oh gosh,
We're just
Yeah.
talking about mullets.
one hit wonder.
Only
No.
he's had multiple.
Yeah,
hits.
he's no.
Okay,
I said
well, that the one you think about.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't break my
The
heart.
heart, the
My
achy heart.
achy,
Yeah,
breaky
yeah.
heart.
That's the
Yeah.
only thing I
sing
can
it, girl.
remember.
Sing it.
No.
That's the only thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you exactly. That's what I was thinking.
I'm more shocked that Miley's as the daughter though.
Let's not get into that, man. I got too much stuff to say about that one. Too much to say about that.
Anyway,
Anyway, let's continue.
All right. So, of all the famous people that you met through the radio, who is your favorite? Who's your favorite?
oh man, do I have to
Who's
pick?
the most
No, you gotta pick one.
memorable? How about that?
No. You gotta do
The
both
one
now.
that honestly surprised me the most was it's either Carrie Underwood or Reba McEntire.
Carrie Underwood was nice to me. It was nice
She's-
to meet her. It was-
yeah.
I met her once.
She's stunning.
Yeah.
She is gorgeous.
Beautiful woman.
I met her 4 years ago.
Gorgeous.
Dude, don't even tell me that. You
Yeah.
didn't invite me.
I got tickets.
And once again, you didn't invite me.
I was
I didn't get invited tickets. I got invited.
yeah, that's a nice
Yeah.
perk. I was at
It was an awesome
Great
video.
perk.
I saw her. I saw her.
You meet her face to face?
Yeah, she came up to the to the box that I was sitting in.
Mm.
It was at
Remember this. I remember this.
it was up at Milwaukee Bucks, and
oh yeah, that makes sense.
she came up to because it was actually I didn't know what box I was going to. It was the same name of the box.
She have a lot of makeup on.
Yeah, because she was right before she performed.
Okay, makes sense.
She was coming right before she's going to perform, and it was in the box as the name of the place, the venue of the Milwaukee.
I wonder if she's.
the company of the sale.
I wonder how she
sales
looks
company.
without makeup. if she's as beautiful as she is with makeup.
Well, now,
Natural
especially since she's
Probably.
had the accident, she's very
Whoa,
hesitant.
back up.
He doesn't
Yeah.
know about it.
So, okay. So,
What accident? Is
so Carrie was, what was she
this?
like?
Get her face
She,
messed up.
her lip a little bit. It's not even that big of a
Oh, she has
deal,
a cleft
but
lip now.
she's, yes, she's very self-conscious about
I
it.
can
So
imagine
she
she would be.
fell.
Just don't stare at it.
Yeah, she actually fell. She was outside with her
Nothing against
oldest.
cleft lip, but
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
And
sorry.
her she fell, hit her cement stairs, and it
Oh.
busted her lip open.
holy crap!
So initially she was like, "Oh, I think I just have like maybe a little bit of a cut or something on it." And she
No,
went
it was
inside,
worse.
and it's like it
She
goes
got plastic
all the
surgery,
way.
though.
Yeah, she had to have plastic surgery. She had to have
You can't
stitches.
really
Had
She
to
has
have
no money
plastic
for
stuff.
it, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't tell now
can't.
because it's with the amount
I
of
was
wig up,
gonna
but
kiss her.
she, well, yeah. I
I
mean,
would.
hello.
Sam, let's sit down.
Yeah.
I would. I'll still kiss you.
Yeah.
He said, "I was so kissing."
This
Oh my
this
gosh.
is the only reason you should have plastic surgery, because if you get, in her case, she fell
Yeah,
down,
She
right?
fell down. She
She
injured her
herself,
face.
injured her
fell
face,
down with
Yep.
her.
cut it,
Yep.
right? That's when you should have plastic surgery.
Yeah.
She fell
Other than
down.
that, no.
Yeah.
She fell down.
I
with
mean,
She
Other
fell
people
down.
just go too far with the.
I will agree with that. Yes.
the lip stitch?
The living Ken doll creeps me out. That guy's
Oh,
weird.
is that
The
creepy
cat
looking?
lady, I'm like,
Yeah,
no,
that
thank you.
is
Can't
even
do that.
worse.
No. Mm-mm.
What did Joey say? The only thing that's real on him is his diamonds.
Yes, yes.
That made me think of it.
Yeah, he did.
Joey said,
He said,
"The
"Oh,
only
wow."
thing that's real on me is my diamonds."
You know, I can appreciate that though. Like I've
He's
had
honest.
Botox. Like I'll
fucker cracked
admit,
me
you
up.
know, I had Botox when I was 22.
Really?
I got Botox. Yeah, haven't had it since, but
How did that feel?
I mean, it's
Wow.
needles
I
going in.
feel
How do your tattoos feel, James?
It hurt.
It's needles going into your skin. I
Yeah,
mean,
but it
they
hurt.
numb you. They numb you. So
Yeah.
I've had it in my forehead because I was super self-conscious about the lines that I was getting in my 20s.
You just gonna have to be hard. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to come at you like that.
sorry.
I didn't know you had that. I had no idea you had that.
That's one of the reasons why people don't believe I'm as old as I am.
I feel so shitty right now.
I'm sorry. I
do.
sorry.
I do. You
I'm
feel like you're gonna
sorry.
tap-
Oh, you're only 41, aren't you?
He gave me
Yeah.
this like a complex now.
I'm sorry. I'm
Come over
sorry.
and tat it up.
I am too. I've got multiple. I don't have a sleeve like you do, but
Yeah,
I have multiple. But I've had so I had it in my Botox.
I felt so used and abused.
I had piercings in my life. I'm not cool like you guys.
I'm sorry. That's the way I felt.
I'm sorry. I
Give me a
apologize.
complex.
I'm sorry. And suddenly they
And this
regret
is for me
inviting
right
me
here.
on.
This is for me right here. No, not even that one. That's for me right now. I felt bad.
No, you don't.
I give myself that.
Oh, let me hit that button. then.
No, you can't even touch this button. This button is not for you. All right, continue. I'm sorry.
No.
So
So I can respect Joey and his thing because I've
Yeah.
had Botox. I had it in my face because I was super like self-conscious
All right.
about like my forehead lines, and I scowl a lot, so I get my 11s.
what is that? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, those are your 11s. Yeah, except for
Do I have them?
no, you don't.
Black
You
no
know.
crack, y'all. Sorry. I'm sorry.
But
I'm sorry.
it would be like-
I'm so sorry.
I would be sitting here and just like not even scowling, and you could see the deep line between my eyes.
Do I have them?
Yeah,
No,
no,
that's what
you
I
don't.
had.
You're
That's
good.
what- that's
You're
what I
good.
had.
Yeah,
That's
I mean, you said I don't know if I
Sir,
can
I
say it,
apologize
but
once again.
yeah,
I felt
you're good.
okay.
What are those lines called?
they're called 11s.
11s. I never heard
They're
that. Before.
called your 11s.
You ever
Yeah,
heard that before? Let's see if you have them. Girl.
it's only between your
You just
eyebrows
raising your
though.
eyebrow, you
Yeah.
dick.
You have
No.
to
Scowl.
scowl.
What's scowling look?
Your eyebrows go in.
Mean look. Yeah, a 1.
Yeah. I mean,
You have a 1.
Everybody has it when they scowl.
Do it again. Do it.
no, I mean,
Look
I
like you're
had
mad.
it
Look like
when
you're angry. You really
just
look
like-
angry.
I'm not very angry.
not.
I'm not an angry person. You know
What
this.
about?
Oh, don't get that. Oh, don't get it.
I didn't even say
Fuck,
anything.
that's- You're a dick.
I didn't even say anything. I said,
know
what
you're
about
a
when?
dick.
He's like,
Yeah, I know
oh,
you're thinking.
really?
Yeah.
sorry, there. He's got it. Yeah, now you got an 11.
Yeah.
He just got super red. Like I am not even on the inside joke about what's
No
happening here,
inside joke.
and he just
That's not
got
even an inside joke. It's
super
not even an
red.
inside joke. That's what What about when?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, really? Yeah. He got a little upset.
Yeah, there's so many wins that can happen. No. Damn.
Don't have to name anyone.
No.
Sorry.
Just gotta say when and that 5 pop in my head.
He had an 11 then. And so he had a 1. He gave him to 11.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, where a podcast always goes.
So,
Never anybody knows.
Sarah, so 11. I didn't know that
Yeah.
existed.
So that's they're called your 11s.
How much does that cost?
It depends. I ended up getting mine on sale, so I think I put like $1,000 into my forehead, and then
Oh my god!
I had
Fucking really?
yeah, and I didn't even do all of it. I didn't do like my
Crow's nest?
crow's feet or anything like that, but I did do my armpits
I know how that stuff's called.
because yeah, I sweat a lot.
Yeah.
So I did the armpits. That one, they do numb you usually, but the numbing wore off, so I just raw dogged it. Yeah, that was fun.
That's the term.
Yeah.
I thought that was the only term for having sex with no condom. I'm sorry. I thought that's the whole term for it.
No.
I apologize.
No.
Raw dogged it.
Yeah. So you just
Sorry.
you just do this.
Sorry. Once again, I'm out of line. That's the only time
Yeah.
know, but I didn't even gonna say it.
that's what I thought it was,
I
dude.
know. Most people know what that means.
I'm just saying, dude. I apologize, sir.
Oh, she's never want to come back.
No, she's gonna come back because this is the banter we have right here.
This is awesome.
It's staying with me and you. It's with Sarah.
I know.
Yeah.
I apologize.
This is
All
funny,
good.
though.
All
Right.
good. Look,
Go.
I'm the youngest. I'm the only girl in my family, so it takes a lot to offend me.
Do you have brothers?
I do.
I mean,
I have 3.
okay, good.
All older, quite a bit older. 2, one just passed away a couple of months ago.
hear that.
So
Sorry to
thank
hear
you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I said that out loud.
I know exactly you said it.
Do it. I was shocked that I said it. I was
Yeah, man.
totally
Yeah.
shocked. Oh, sorry. So you got the injections.
Yeah.
And all the
Yep.
plot spots that you wanted to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. I mean, there's other things that,
You
like
stop.
down the road I'd like to do, but so I can totally respect Joey and
Yeah.
everything. But I had met, going back to Carrie Underwood, I had just met her like less than a month after she got engaged. I was at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, and St. Jude always does this big country cares event. So they pull in a bunch of like country artists, they pull in radio stations who do country, the radiothons all across the nation. And you, at the time, you got quality time with the artists to have them record liners. Carrie's line was the longest, and I was the very last person to get her to like read our stuff.
And she's
Really?
And then they were
2
like,
seconds.
"You're done. We're closed." So she and I ended up like, we walk out of like the room that they were doing the recordings and stuff in, which was like this big, massive. I mean, it's probably about half the size of Grand Upton Hall. And they had like 45, 50 different artists that were in there. So Carrie Underwood and I are like walking out of the Peabody Hotel in Memphis, like, and we're just having a conversation. And I'm like, how does it feel? Like, you won American Idol. Now you're engaged. You've got this going on. You've got that going on. And she was just like, oh yeah. And I'm looking at this ring, this friggin' massive rock that's on her finger. It's so big, it won't even stay up straight. It keeps falling over. So she keeps like adjusting it, putting it back. And I'm like, man, that is a gorgeous ring. And she's like, it is. I really love it. But it's not about the ring. It's about him and our relationship and marriage. And I'm like, what?
She said butt.
No, there was no but. Like, I was
She
just
said
like,
butt, though.
She was thinking,
eyes, I'm
oh, that's
like,
so nice. I just want to puke now.
and I'm
I
just
felt so
like,
good up to the butt part.
yeah,
And
that's
she
my
said,
jaded
"But."
thing. But yeah, but I mean, she genuinely, she was so sweet, and she
good.
was so, and she's just freaking gorgeous. Like, but Reba McEntire was so awesome to meet too when she was here for Habitat for that partnership launch.
Yeah.
And got to meet her. And I brought my mom with, because my mom is like, oh my gosh, Reba McEntire.
Reba fan?
Yeah, my mom is a huge Reba fan.
How'd that go?
Oh my god. So I got to bring my mom with, so my mom got to meet her too, and that was to this day, that's probably one of my mom's biggest highlights. So that was awesome too. But I've been blessed to meet a lot of really cool people. I've been blessed to drink with a lot of really cool people, even when I wasn't 21 working there. Yeah.
Awesome. That was the best
Yeah.
part.
And now I get to meet and interact with a lot of really cool
You too,
people
Joe?
too on this
Do
one.
the same thing?
Oh yeah, that was one of the best parts.
Drinking with
Yeah. There's Jello shots backstage.
Yeah, that was one of the best
there was
parts.
a lot. Like when I tell you we were doing shots with Jackal in the semi, I mean, there was an entire like one of the big coolers
holy shit.
full of like Jello shots that's
Dude, these guys bring actually what they do
Yeah.
is they have a rider. So on the rider, you're supposed to give everything on the
I
rider.
love shopping for the writers.
Everything
too.
I did too. Everything for the rider you're supposed to give.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Even some if you can get the stupidest things in the world.
Mhm.
Like
Like what? Give me an example.
I'll give you an example. I'll give you one major example. So when we had Bowlings for Soup here,
Yeah.
on their rider was they needed a naked photo of one of the Golden Girls, Blanche.
How'd that come about?
That was on the rider.
So how'd that come about? How'd
I
you get
found
it?
it. I found it on the internet. So I posted it up
A
and
naked picture of who?
of Blanche.
Blanche Rose Devereaux.
Seriously?
Wait,
you
no,
found it?
not Rose Devereaux.
You
Blanche.
found
Anything's out there on the internet.
she has naked pictures out?
Yeah. So I got one. I downloaded it and
So she's like one
rolled
of
it
the
up
first
and
OnlyFans.
I don't know.
I'm sure she got paid for it.
Probably. Yeah. I mean, if you want to go that far with it, yeah.
Yeah, she's the first OnlyFans.
You weirdo.
Saying.
But yeah, so stuff like that's on the rider. Or
Was it
Or-
a young picture of her?
yeah. Or it's or they like
OnlyFans.
like
Or-
Tommy
Before
Shaw
OnlyFans.
is a vegan.
Yeah.
Diehard vegan. So I found a recipe, asked a professional cook here, can you make this for Tommy Shaw?
Mhm.
I said, can you do this for me? This is the stuff I need. You just make it, I'll pay for it. And they said, if you just get me backstage to meet him and I can serve it to him, I'll be happy. I said, all right, gain. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So,
Or
stuff
Jason
like that.
Michael Carroll's
Yeah.
12 black washcloth.
Yeah.
Really?
This is
Yeah.
really good on all these.
Yeah.
So these
I just saw him like
these stars are
months
like
ago.
really
Still have long hair?
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
really I don't know, precise on what they want.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
so
such
you
a
know why
rock
they do it,
stars.
right?
It's such a
Don't
rock
understand.
Okay, so they do it because one, they put something stupid in there, like what is it? Def Leppard. Was it Def Leppard or Van Halen? No, it was Van Halen with only the green
M&Ms.
M&Ms.
Yeah.
So
That's Van
they
Halen.
do it to make sure that you're actually reading, so that in case there are like allergies or anything specific that they do need,
Right.
that you're actually paying attention
it's
to
good.
it.
Okay.
Yep. So
Right.
Gail, God bless him, he knew how much I loved this. So he would give me the list and he would say, here's my credit card.
Yeah.
Go
So how'd you find
buy.
green?
You can just
You buy a
M&Ms.
bag and you
Yeah.
just
Just
pick out
separate.
the other colors sometimes.
Yeah.
It depends. Like if you're in a big city like Chicago, you can actually go to like some of the candy stores and
Yeah.
just buy the
Buy green
specific
M&Ms.
colors.
Oh,
Yeah.
so they have them separated.
Yeah, they already separated.
What
Yeah.
about a small town? How
Oh, it's
You-
easy. Just
you
buy
just
bags,
Buy multiple bags and you are just
sorting them out.
Sorting
put
them
in-
out.
just out of
and put 'em-
curiosity?
and
How
put 'em in
many
a candy
bags did you
dish.
buy?
that one I never had to buy
No,
bags
it-
for.
that was
But
just
I
for
did
Van
have
Halen.
to.
That was Van Halen.
Oh, just, okay.
Yeah, that was Van
Yeah,
Halen.
okay.
But
that was the big joke of all the time. Everybody makes riders. They make it because they always put on there like green M&Ms because Van Halen did it because some guy bought them green M&Ms and separated them all back then. That was back when in the 80s. So
Yeah.
Before they had
they
Yeah.
just asked for
big
weird shit.
superstores and stuff like that.
Yep.
Yeah, they just asked for weird
Amazon.
stuff. I
Yeah.
mean, it's fun. I mean,
Yeah.
now it's just who's gonna buy what for who.
Yeah.
And when Bowling Soup was here, when I got him that poster, they said, "You're about the second person."
It's almost like Puff Daddy sending people out for
Baby oil. Do you
Cam-
really want to go there, James?
No, I was going to say Cambodian
Oh.
breast milk.
Yeah.
Mom, like, oh, we're gonna. How do you?
It was a
Okay.
Dave Chappelle reference. I'm sorry, guys.
Top of the
Sorry, guys. All right, guys, we're at the top of the hour. It's Third Eye Truth Telling Podcast, episode 92. Episode 92.
Are we?
Yeah. You guys don't believe. You just laughed at the last joke.
No. I was waiting for like top. I'm used to radio. Top of the hour, 97.5 White Country, WYTZ, Benton Harbor, St. Joseph.
Downtown St. Joseph, Michigan. It's June 2nd. 2025. I'm your host, James Gill, co-host Joe Hill. Still here. If you guys are watching YouTube, please hit subscribe, like, and the bell notification so you can get more content when we put our episodes out on Monday and Wednesday night at 8 p.m. How's that, Sarah?
I like it. Do you know how hard I didn't had to fight myself to not go ding ding when you said the bell
How
notification?
about this?
You don't know what it's
I don't have a button for that.
Yeah, thank God.
Anyway, let's get back to the show.
All right, so I actually have different questions to ask you.
Okay.
You guys are awesome.
So my question actually is, when you were farming,
Yep.
did you really think you're gonna go into radio and all this stuff? Were you just think I'm just gonna be a farmer all my life, type stuff?
No.
Or are you gonna stay? You were thinking, I'm not gonna stay local. I'm gonna move.
I actually, I had no plans on staying
Very good
local.
question, Joe.
Yeah, solid question. So let me add a little bit to the story. So as I mentioned, I am the youngest. I'm the only girl. I was a very late addition to my family. Like my mom says, and I quote, I was the whatever you do, don't tell me I'm pregnant addition.
Damn.
Yeah, you go ahead. Wah, wah,
No, I
wah.
wasn't gonna use that.
Aw.
Sarah, stop it. I was not gonna hit that. I was gonna hit that one.
Okay. But yeah. So
That was a good joke.
but it's the truth. Like my mom, she had just turned 40, and my grandma would always tell her, whatever you do not be one of those women who has kids at 40. You've got, the boys. If you're gonna have more kids, get it done before you're 40. And my my mom went to the doctor because I was the one that made her the sickest. And she was like, either A, I have some stomach flu or something. No, it was me.
Or something.
It was me. So growing up, my parents were always older. And my brothers were obviously older. So my brothers are
how far apart are you guys?
yeah, so we are 15, 12, and 9 years apart. Yeah. So they're all 3 years, and then you've got me, who's 9 years, and the one who just passed away. He was the one who was 9 years older than me. He was paraplegic. Thank you. So he was born with spina bifida. Well, when you have a child with spina bifida, back then, especially in the early 80s, the odds that any children after that are going to be born with spina bifida, some form of it, increases by 50% per pregnancy after. So there was a really strong chance that I could have been born with some type of spina bifida, birth defect, whatever. So my mom and my dad, being older, for a while I was like, I don't want to be here. Like, I like Southwest Michigan. It's really pretty. It's really cool. I don't want to live here for the rest of my life. So I was looking at like, okay, do I go to Chicago? Do I go to Atlanta? Like all these big places. I would never make it. Though I've learned too much about myself in the last 25 years. I would have never made it. Like I don't like neighbors. I don't like I like having acreage. I have 7.5 acres. We have 20 plus acres total. 7.5 of it's mine. I love mowing my lawn. I love doing all that stuff. But back then I was like, get me out of here. Like I don't want to be here. I don't want to stay here. I don't want to farm. Like I've grown up loving sports. I really wanted to do that.
Right.
And it just, it just wasn't in the cards. It wasn't God's plan for me.
So that's what you really wanted to do when you were growing up?
Oh yeah, 100%.
When you were a kid,
Yeah.
You were thinking, I want to be
Actually, no. When I was growing up, I thought I was going to be an Oscar-winning actress. Just don't tell me. I have no clue what genre, but I would actually, I would get a pair of my mom's high heels, and I would grab a blanket and I'd wrap it around myself and make a train. So I would create this massive ball gown, and we had this long hallway that went from the living room all the way back to the bathroom, and it had like our bedrooms popped off of it like a tree. And I would walk all the way down the hallway, all the way into the living room. I would model like I was on a red carpet or walking in Fashion Week or whatever. Turn around and I would walk back. And it never failed that at some point in time, my brother, who was immediately above me, would try and run me over with his wheelchair. And at some point in time, like I'm a ham. I'm a natural performer. My therapist tells me I'm not an attention whore, that I'm a performance whore, and there's a big difference between the two of them apparently.
Oh, I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna ask that question a little bit.
But my personality type is the entertainer, so that's why I think one of the reasons why once I actually got to learn a little bit more about myself, why I do enjoy doing it. When I was at the radio stations, I was so shy and so insecure about my body, about, oh yeah, no, 100%.
I don't think
Yes, yes, absolutely. Yes. I was incredibly insecure. I was not self-confident. I didn't have any self-confidence. Like my body image was
Me neither.
nothing, was below nothing. So I have always wanted to do stuff like that,
Right.
but I never saw myself doing it. So I was like, well, I love sports. Like I can do this and
Yeah,
make a
definitely.
career out of it. And then radio was like, oh, it's all the things that I wanted to be without actually having to leave. And my parents got older. My dad passed away last fall. I mean, so it's just,
Sorry to
it's
hear
been
that.
nice. Thank you. So, it's been nice to be here,
Yeah.
to be close to family because of all of this. But yeah, does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay.
So now I'm curious.
Yeah.
What's the two difference?
So an attention
Between what?
between an attention
Attention
whore
whore?
and a performance whore. So
I know the
I
difference.
Yes.
so and I
We
mean,
don't know the
you all
difference.
know,
History.
like, I mean, you know what an attention whore is. Like, it's a person who, like, they always want, like, it's me, 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 me.
Validation at all costs.
Right. At any moment, every single moment. Like that is just they tend to be slightly narcissistic,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah.
Did you borderline that?
No.
No.
No, I don't think so.
What's the other
don't think-
definition though? What's the other
So
definition?
a performance
what we're
whore.
Yeah.
So I'm an extrovert in the fact that I get excitement on being
Joke.
on stage.
That's being outgoing.
I know.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes, extrovert,
He helps.
outgoing,
He helps
yeah.
me because I don't know the difference sometimes. I get it wrong.
It looks there are some days where I'm like, you're a what? You're a who? You're a huh? So I get like excitement when when I was at the radio stations, turning on the microphone, getting on stage in front of 5,000 people and introducing an act. And my job now, standing in front of a group of people doing a ribbon cutting or in front of 630 people, emceeing our business recognition breakfast. Like when I was improvising, like I got excitement, like it gives me energy, it gives me life, like it fills a cup for me. But there are times where I'm like, I don't want the attention. I want to blend in the background, please. And that's kind of the biggest difference.
So
Like,
you have these moments where you're introverted, then the
Oh, yeah.
extrovert.
yeah, because I still need, like, even though I'm extroverted, I still need the ability to recharge. So like there's even times where I go home and I'm like, holy cow, I have been on like all day. We've had all these things. Our business recognition breakfast is a big one. I mean, it's so exciting, but it's also very draining. So I'll go home and it's just me and my cat, and I'll just be sitting in my garage like
cats rules.
yes. So I also love dogs too, but yeah, my cat, she's easier to take care of.
Too.
But I'll hear her meowing and I'm like, I don't have the bandwidth mentally to even deal with her. So I'll just sit in my car for a few minutes. But like when
You
given
hear
me,
it from your car?
if I parked in my garage, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I do the
Oh
same
yeah.
time.
She's like, meow,
Yeah.
human.
Yeah, give me some attention.
You left me to die. Do you know I've got only a half a bowl of food left? How am I going to survive? Human. Yeah. No.
That's exactly,
Oh,
that's exactly how it is.
Exactly.
That's
It's
exactly
like,
how it is.
excuse me, you have eaten like 4 bites of food and you're screaming
That's
at me
exactly
because
how it is.
Look at you.
yeah.
You just got
Yeah.
your cat. You just got
Yeah.
your cat.
No, I get home sometimes and my cat's waiting at the door for me.
Oh yeah, mine is too.
And when I get there, so
No,
I
it's not.
was like, hey, what have you been doing? You been causing trouble where I'm going? And the whole night I was like,
So
do the spill.
did
Go
you hear that there's actually a study that says that animals can tell approximately, like, especially if you are a person who doesn't do a lot of traveling, like when they should expect you home because
Yeah.
of the scent that you have in the
Yeah.
house still? Yeah. So I totally believe that.
I
Like
can
tonight
agree
she's
with
gonna
that
be
too.
like, excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
You are like
You need to rub me
hours
now.
overdue,
Meow.
for getting home. But
Meow.
yeah. So that is the difference. Like the
Okay.
attention whore is someone who like they
Craves the attention.
yeah, I mean very narcissistic a lot. And sometimes I feel like I can be narcissistic, but that's a story for another day.
I think we all
Um,
to a degree.
Yeah.
What
I
is
mean,
this?
yeah.
What are you? Which one are you?
Which one? Introvert.
I know you're an introvert, but is there?
Are you an attention or are you a performer?
I don't need attention.
Yeah.
I get it enough. With my work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll bartend.
So do you?
Go ahead.
Okay, so I have a question for you
Go
then.
ahead.
Okay,
Shoot
because
at
this is something that my therapist and I have been
love it.
talking about,
You have
right?
questions.
Like, especially like dating life.
Mhm.
I am so on during my day job. Like, I get so much attention. I'm on like a lot that when I get home, I'm like, I don't want to make a decision. I want to be able to turn it off. Like, do you find yourself like with your day job, like, do you find yourself that way too?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I find myself that I need to detach
Yeah.
and find me first.
Yeah.
Especially when I get home, I want to just like nothing. I don't
Yeah.
want anything involving thinking or anything like that. Just maybe clicking the button on the TV.
Yes.
That's the only thing I want.
You detached for like 4 fucking days.
Yeah, I do. That's a great
Yeah.
feeling. It's awesome.
Yeah. So I will
That's only
have
during the day though. It's only during the day.
I will
You
have
can
like
always find me at night where I'm at.
I know, like going there when I
Dude, well, only you come there all the time though.
have to because I had to see you.
No,
Aww.
I do.
He's my
I
brother.
respond
I
much
do. I love
much
my
quicker
brother.
than I used to.
Yeah.
My early days of
Yeah, we always saw him. I saw him every weekend. But now, since we're doing this and we hit this
4 times a week I see them.
yeah, it's like a married couple.
Yes, we're
Hey,
married.
yeah, I get it.
Days off
So
or
we're just two big
days
brothers.
off for this guy.
Yeah.
But half the time when I call him, I want an answer because it's usually something about this fucking shit.
I'm not quick to answer.
5 hours
Yeah.
later, who's on? Yeah, that's what I had a problem about.
I take naps. I take naps.
Oh.
That's what I usually say. This is what we had the problem about. Read your fucking texts.
I take naps and I'll read my text later.
He always detaches from his phone right when he walks in the door. He does not look at it.
Put it in my on my desk in my living room.
Uh-huh.
And
We've
then
had
go
this discussion all the time.
sleep in my bedroom with no phones are.
Yeah, he doesn't do it at all.
There's no phones around me.
Totally different room. You do that.
Yeah.
A lot.
Can't have that.
I haven't gotten there yet.
The detached mode is serious.
This is my alarm clock.
Exactly. Yeah.
No,
Well,
I
and-
have alarm. I have a Alexa in my room.
How old are you?
Huh?
Oh, you have Alexa in your room?
Yeah, set my alarm 7 a.m. But whatever the case may be.
Well, I bet that the power goes out.
Well, that you want to hear from me? Good luck. I'll talk to you later.
my mom is 82, and so I'm like, I like to keep my phone close just in case there's like an emergency there.
Oh,
but
that's
Oh,
nice.
shit, my mom's only
yeah.
she'll be what 69 this year.
My mom just turned 62.
Now I'm 52. My mom had me at 17.
James,
My mom had me at 40.
Wow.
My mom, I got you beat. Mom's 62. She just turned it. We're 17 years apart.
Your mom?
Yeah.
Your mom, yourself?
Yeah. Every time I always say, she said, who's going to take care of me when I'm old? I said, you got to take care of me too, because I'm right there with you.
Mhm.
I'm 17 years apart from you.
Yeah, same here with my mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope. 40 years. It's easy for me though, so I know how old she's turning because I'll be like, how old am I turning this year? Okay, that's how old she's gonna at 40.
See,
Wow. I never thought about that.
Yeah.
I asked my mom the other day, Mom, here's a birthday card. I bought this birthday card. It said, Mom, let's go smoke weed. Oh, I mean, let's.
Jesus.
Then it said, no, let's go
Holy
grab a
shit,
bottle of wine and act classy.
You just said smoke weed.
That's what it said.
Smoke weed? What?
Yeah, that's what the card said. Mom, let's go smoke weed. Let's go grab a bottle of wine and act classy. I bought that card right over here at the right next
Gas
door
station?
to Thornton's.
Oh, yours truly,
Yeah.
Elizabeth.
that place.
Yeah,
Okay,
that
nice.
place is
Yeah.
awesome. They have dirty cards. The other one said, "Happy birthday, fucker."
Please tell me you didn't give that to your
I'm
mom.
glad you didn't give that
Yes.
to your mom. You give that to your dad.
No, I gave it to my mom.
Give it to your dad.
Yeah, bought her 2 cards. I always buy her 2 cards. One funny one was usually one sad one, but I bought her two funny ones.
Did she laugh?
Oh, hell yeah, she did. She liked them both and took pictures of them, sent them to
It's
her.
not funny,
sister.
Joseph.
No, she doesn't call me that.
Joseph.
No, don't call me that.
Joseph.
No, not even close.
All right.
Not even close.
She got you, Joe.
No, she has.
Do you have a nickname? What is it?
I'm not telling you.
Dude, tell me.
No.
Come on. I
No.
won't say it. We'll mute right
No,
now.
I'm not gonna say it. We can tell
We'll
you
mute
after
right
the
now.
show. No, I'll tell you
We'll
after the
mute.
show. No, I'll tell you after
Come
the
on,
show.
let's
Nope.
mute right now.
Nope, not gonna tell you.
1,
No.
2, 3.
Nope, not tell you shit.
Why would you tell? You don't want the world to hear? Or our listeners?
Oh, some people call me at the bar that really know me. Yeah, if people that know my family and know me and my family, yeah,
Oh, they go out to bars with you now.
yeah, they start going out there, asshole.
Hey, I was thinking about content.
I've been trying to get this man since he is a introvert.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah, I know.
But I mean, that's his life though, on a
No,
regular basis.
He's not an
at
extrovert.
the
He's not
bar.
an extrovert at all. He's not. He'd rather be.
yeah.
I mean, every time we went out to a bonfire for Ashley's birthday from
And we
Kill
sat
Hill.
alone. Yeah. We got away from the crowd.
We got away from the crowd.
That was the best
And
thing.
It was a great time. We had the
It was
best time though. We had the best time. We were just drinking our own stuff there for her. She came over. Everybody else came over to us. We all said hi.
The rest of the crowd
Yeah.
was over there on the other side.
And the other side of the bonfire, we're at
And it's
their
a little
own.
weird.
Us four.
I can understand.
There's
that.
about 4 people with us that were just standing there enjoying the bonfire, having a good time, laughing at ourselves. I mean, but I did that for him. I mean, yes, me, I would probably be in the middle talking to everybody.
Yeah, he would.
But
yeah.
I did it for him because we have a great time.
I get enough of that in my workforce where I work. I get enough the being in the middle of everything, spotlight. I just, when I'm done with that, I like to be, because everybody, look, here's the incidents right here where I took my daughter out. You know everyone.
Oh yeah.
And she hated it.
My daughter still hates it.
She hated it.
I have friends who won't go to St. Joe Today events in downtown because they're like, no, because it's like every third person is like, hi, Sarah. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Sarah. And then you talk. Or the fair. Oh, the fair is really
We went out of town one time. And like somebody came, hey, James, what's going on? Like, can't go anywhere with you.
My daughter does the same thing, so don't feel
You
bad.
know everyone.
Yeah.
I can't go to any state
Yeah.
that does someone else.
Yeah.
Me. Yeah.
There's
I feel your pain.
There's a running joke that I know everyone. And somebody was like, yeah, you're like the mayor of Berrien County. And I'm like, first and foremost, I don't know everyone. And second off, there is no such thing as a mayor of Berrien County. But thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. No, thank you. No, thank you.
Good job.
I got a good question for you. Actually, it goes with your job with the chambers.
Yep.
So, how does the people downtown feel about the parking?
Oh man.
Oh yes. Inquiring minds want to know.
Hey, James, high five.
Okay, so obviously, if you've been paying any attention, downtown parking is probably the hottest topic right now, right?
I think that's why
I'm waiting for the unicorn poop to like fall and land or something.
Well, it's going to happen.
No, so I think it's actually it is kind of split because there are some people who are like, you know what, like this could be a good thing.
I'm at the businesses.
Oh, I know, and I'm referring to the businesses too. There are some of the businesses that are like, look, we're gonna try and stay positive because they have the thought process of like attracts like, right? So if they are like, I'm gonna be positive about this and not be super negative, not be outspoken on it, then it will reflect positively on me and my business. And then you've got the vast majority of individuals, or at least 50%, if not more, who are very frustrated and they're very angry and they're very upset about it. I think we can all agree that nobody likes the thought of paid parking, right? Like,
so
it's a change, and like a change is hard to adjust to, especially something like this. But I think there's also this is going to be incredibly controversial and it's probably going to get me yelled at. But there is something to be said about being open-minded about it, being a business owner down there.
Yeah.
Yes, I fully understand. It is your livelihood. It is your everything. But pushing out negativity about it and constantly screaming,
Doesn't
or
help at all.
it does not help at all. And having employees who are walking in front of your businesses going, "You hate paid parking? We hate paid parking too." Instead of, "Hey,
Wow.
thank you so much
People
for
do that?
paying to come."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's been happening.
It's been happening.
And it's like, if I am a
Start walking
customer,
downtown.
like, and I'm walking in front of your business and I'm like, "Oh, maybe I'll go in there." And I have somebody approach me and it's like,
Said
"Yeah, you
that.
hate paid parking because we hate paid parking too."
Wow.
Not, "Hey, thank you so much for coming down here. We really appreciate that you took the time out and that you gave your dollars to pay to come down here and park. Come inside. Come and see what we have to offer." Like,
But it's not that bad.
no,
It's $1 to $2, cheap asses.
Well,
yeah,
I look at it this way. Think about
It's $1 for $2 for
the
2 or
elderly.
3 hours.
yeah, no, and I fully understand. Like, the city of St. Joe is making some concessions. They are making some changes
Yes,
to it
they are.
because
They're
there are certain
trying.
things where it's like, okay, but I
It's till 9 o'clock at night.
Think
Yeah.
about the elderly though.
The elderly.
no, I
Which
get
don't
it.
use the cell phone.
They don't use their cell phones.
They have
And
apps
that's
for it, right?
why,
Yeah,
they
there's
do have an
there
app
is a
for it,
thing.
and that's what the ambassadors are supposed to be doing, is helping. And I do know there have been some business owners. There have
Ambassadors.
even a city manager, Emily Hackworth. Like, she and I ended up just randomly meeting up at Brookie's in downtown, which, by the way, is phenomenal. If you have not had breakfast,
Yes,
dinner,
we
or
have.
lunch there,
Hey,
their
we've-
spud-tastic omelet. Holy
I'm
hell,
talking
it's
about my
amazing.
bad.
Yeah, we've
Oh,
had the
yes.
owner. We've had the owner.
Yeah, we had the owner.
Yes. Oh, they are amazing.
Yeah.
I go there every.
They are amazing.
I'm probably gonna go there tomorrow.
Yeah.
I go there a lot.
So, the day
Good.
Emily,
Yeah, during the breakfast.
oh, it's so
Yeah,
Hit
good.
me up.
All right, I'll get you up.
The day that Emily and I just happened to run into each other there was the second week of paid parking. And she's like, "Yeah, I just ended up helping an
I'm
elderly."
parking here though. I'm walking down.
You can. Whatever.
Go ahead. Sorry.
But she's like, "Yeah, I just ended up helping an elderly lady who was like, I don't know how to do this, like, whatever." And Emily's like, "I just paid for it myself because it's like, you know what, let me just take care of it. Let me just do it."
$2.
And I mean, I think that it could be a lot worse. I think that my fear is, though, that because it's been so negative, so contentious, that it has scared away a lot of the locals who would go down there. I've been down there multiple times.
I love it.
And yeah, and I'll
for it.
actually pay for extra, like, time. If I know I'm only going to be here for like maybe 45 minutes, I'll pay for 2 hours
Just
just because I'm like, who knows? I may run into somebody. Yeah.
No, it doesn't go to
Yeah.
it doesn't go to them.
Oh, I know.
It goes back to you next time you
Yeah.
go down there, because it's going. All you do is you put the money in, you take a picture of your plate.
Oh, I have the app.
Yeah, I know, but you still take a picture of your plate, and then you go on your day. I mean, so if you pay that spot, that's not paying for a spot. You're paying for your car.
Mhm.
So if you leave and come back while that time's still going on, you're still good.
Mhm.
As
As long as you're in the same
the same
area,
yeah,
same
area.
zone, yeah.
Same area
Yeah.
that you just paid for.
Yeah. But I mean, we got a call today. This gentleman called me today, and he's not from the area. He's from another state, and he lit into me pretty good.
Why is it calling you though?
Because he's like, "Well, you guys are the Chamber of Commerce, like, you're pro business, this is going to impact you." And I'm like, "I fully will understand. I hear what you're saying. Screaming and yelling at me, though, isn't going to get me to do anything for you. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you want to have a reasonable conversation with me,
Right.
then by all means, let's have a reasonable conversation."
Right.
Screaming at me about how it ruined your time at Antiques on the Bluff. Here's the number for City Hall and or St. Joe today. By all means, feel
It's
free to
not even
call.
St. Joe today. It's not their problem either.
No.
I feel bad for Paul.
Oh, yeah.
And we almost had the mom right before, but he had a thing. He had to switch it up because of his kids' baseball or
Yeah.
something like that. So he was going to come on, and we are going to ask him the same question. I said, I feel bad for him
Mhm.
because
he's getting a lot of the brunt of it too.
He's getting the brunt of it even more because it's called St. Joe today.
Yeah.
Like, he's the one that has the idea of this.
Yeah.
It was the commissioners and everybody else. I think it's a good idea. It's the other thing that I always tell people that are complaining about it. It's June 2nd.
Yeah.
Who cares right now? We're not even in the prime right now. We're just hitting the prime time of the year.
Yeah.
This is going on till, I think, what,
September.
Yeah, September. We only got 3 months of it. May, June, July. It's
Yeah,
not
the
even.
thing's
Did
back
it,
to
it,
normal.
it, it even?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only right now. It's only scheduled to run May 15th through September 15th.
Yeah.
They may change that. And like I said, the city of St. Joe, they're going back. They're reevaluating things. They actually have a parking committee, which is made up of commissioners, downtown businesses, residents. I mean, they've got a whole
And-
group of people.
Yeah.
They're tweaking it. I mean,
Yeah.
they're looking at changing the times. Like, should it just somebody mentioned, should it be on weekends? Okay, that's going to be another point of discussion. Should it end at 6 o'clock? Should it just
It
be
should go
9
back
a.m.
to
to 6
6.
o'clock?
It should go back to 6.
Yeah,
I
so,
say
I
that.
mean,
They
it's-
went to 9 because they wanted more money just for the sunset.
Mhm.
I think that's
That
my
makes-
eyes.
Yeah.
that makes
That's
sense.
my
That
eyes.
makes
I think they
sense.
did that just for the sunset because people park the car for the sunsets.
But
That's what I didn't like about that. I don't think it should be 9 o'clock. I think it should go back to 6 because
Mhm.
then after 6, it's no paid parking.
Yeah.
After 9 o'clock, no paid parking.
yeah.
It's not like you have to.
And there were multiple reasons for this. I mean, there's a one way of thinking of it is that it's very similar to how a restaurant works. Like
Yeah.
you have to turn the tables because if without the turn, then you don't have the customers. But I think that it's been such a hot topic, but
And then
and a very contentious hot topic at that.
yeah,
And again, I fully understand, working for the chamber, we are very pro business, which means doesn't necessarily mean that we are anti people,
Right.
but we're pro business. But you do have to have an open mind when it comes to some of this. I mean, New Buffalo is doing the exact same
Yeah.
thing right now. Their prices are actually higher than what St. Joe's is, and St. Joe
dropped
could have
ours.
gone higher.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
they
even
could have
dropped
gone
ours.
way
They just-
higher than what they did. I
they
mean,
just dropped ours just for this last meeting.
Mhm.
They just dropped ours for the last meeting.
Now I was in not Michigan City, but Traverse City,
Mhm.
and they do the same thing.
yep, they have paid
yeah,
parking there.
pay park.
And you actually you pull up to that spot and you
Yeah.
had to pay for that spot.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
This
So
is
so
any spot.
is it to the point where St. Joe needs to do that because apparently Traverse City is a much bigger town than
It
St.
is.
Joe.
It is a larger town.
Right.
Yep.
So
By some degree, yeah.
no, by a large margin.
By I guess pretty substantial.
I mean, if you put township,
Larger
and-
margin,
if you
large
put
margin.
township and St. Joe together, it's the same. It's a little bit bigger.
But you're not parking in
Yeah.
the township.
but their
Right,
downtown is substantially
Yeah,
larger
larger,
than
yeah,
what
yeah,
St.
yeah.
Joe's is.
So
Yes. Yeah.
so is it fair enough? I mean, fair to charge people in a smaller town than a larger town?
So we're not charging people in like Stevensville.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
So every town is different, right?
St. Joe.
so okay, going back 20 plus years, going back, I feel
No,
like infinity, the conversation has always been there's not enough parking. There's not enough parking. We need a parking garage. There's not enough parking. There's not enough parking.
I
There's
agree
not
with the
enough
parking
parking.
garage.
I don't agree with the
I don't
parking
really-
garage.
Fair enough.
And only because people don't realize how expensive a parking garage is to put in. So for every space, budget 25 to $30,000 per space on the expense side of things. So if you're looking at building a parking garage with 100 spaces times $30,000, I mean, that's a lot.
of money.
That's a lot of money. Who's going to pay for it? They can't make it free. You're going to have to pay for parking. Next question is, where are you going to put it? You're going to put it on the old,
Yep.
Don't say it.
you know exactly what I'm talking about, though. The spot in downtown that was the YWCA. You want to put it there and then block the view? No. Somebody said, well, tear down the Fifth Third building.
Who's
Fifth Third
really
building.
blocking though?
The
Downtown.
businesses and the
Like-
upper tenants.
Like
Who's even on that block right there? Yeah. I
yeah,
mean,
the
you would be
505 building.
No,
And you have
no, this Firefly is next door to it.
the next door
right,
to it. But
across the street from it.
all
It's-
of the tenants and the apartments and stuff on State Street there, you would potentially be blocking anyone who's behind it.
That's why that that's why that condo has not been put up yet.
Yeah.
Because people keep fighting that
Yeah.
that condo.
So there's been conversations of the Silver Beach Center, Shadowland, Ballroom, Discovery Zone, all that. The carousel shouldn't have been built there. That could have been a parking garage. Okay. However, you guys complain, and I'm not towards you two. I'm just a basic generalization here. You complain because Silver Beach, if they go any higher, they're going to be blocking your blue view of the lake. Okay. Parking garage would have done the same thing. So now you're wanting, somebody's like, well, we should have bought Fifth Third, torn that down. Okay, well, Fifth Third is owned by a private entity. It has tenants who are tax paying, by the way. So you've got tenants inside. but it's also farther away. So you're
Yeah.
complaining now that the free parking lot that's on the east side of Main Street, where like United Federal is and Huntington and all those, is too far to walk for some people, but you're wanting to go further over and put a parking garage in. Then they're talking about, well, the other side of Church there, put a parking garage there next to the fire station. They've talked about the parking lot next to our building, the Horizon Bank building, which is the county parking lot. Well, we'll put one in there. Okay, that's fine. But that still doesn't solve some of the issues with the elderly. That still doesn't solve some of the issues with the staff, because the staff's not going to park all the way over there.
See, the only thing that I get mad about for the parking is like the haircutting businesses. They're only there for maybe like the barber shop. They're only
Mhm.
there for 10, 15 minutes. You pay $1 for a couple dollars there, and then you're paying on top of a haircut. Yeah, I would say yes for that.
Okay.
That's the only reason I would.
But I will challenge you on that, because
Ooh,
that
challenge me.
business specifically and a handful of others were the specific reason why they added additional free 30-minute parking.
Where?
There are multiple 30-minute parking spots all through the downtown area. There's free 30-minute parking over by Airway. There's free
Oh.
30-minute parking
Oh.
up and down some of the side
That's
streets
nice of
there.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
To be close, there are multiple free 30-minute
That's
parkings.
good.
Right.
So there's that. There's also, and I am not advocating this, because I understand that any penny discounted is still a penny that it could be going towards a business's survival. You look at Silver Beach Pizza for an example. The lot that's down
They make
below,
millions
yeah,
a year.
yeah. One gross, yeah, but when you add in all the expenses, are they actually netting that? That's the big question. Because the restaurant industry,
At
like,
least a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Making at least half.
but now they also have the new tip credit laws that are going into effect, plus the potential capital income tax increase. So their tip credit, they're looking at least $250,000 in additional taxes that they're going to end up having to pay in wages. But Silver Beach Pizza, great example of this. The parking lot that's adjacent to the Whirlpool Compass Fountain used to be a free parking lot. Now it's a paid parking lot. So they are giving discounts, like, hey, if you park down there, you have the opportunity to get, and they'll take it off your bill. Am I saying that that's something that like Airway barbers should
Well,
do, or like
Nardo-
Olive Cart? No.
There's a lot of people are doing that where
Right.
you buy here, we'll pay you your fee if you get a ticket or anything like that. Okay. Or your extra couple minutes off of your thing. People doing that now. That's smart. That's good business. That
Yeah.
they should just keep doing that instead of complaining about it.
Yeah. And I mean, there's going to be a lot of people who will never take advantage of it. It's kind of like gift cards, right? In that respect.
Yeah.
How many gift cards, like, what is it, like over 50% of gift cards every single year, or 70% of gift cards every single year that are purchased never even get used? There are people like, I would never, and it could just be me, I could be the unicorn in all of this, but I would never walk into a business. And even Silver Beach Pizza, when I parked in the paid parking lot, I've never walked in there and been like, credit my bill. Because it's like, I chose to park there.
Yeah.
I could very easily be like, I'm going to park up on top of the bluff and walk my butt down the stairs and the ramp. But then I got to walk my butt back up the stairs and a ramp. And I'm like, look, I am fluffy for a reason. No, thank you. So I'm going to park below, right? So I'm going to pay for the convenience of it. It's true.
Jesus. Yeah, I
Get
always
yourself together, Joe.
I always think it's funny when people say that about themselves. So,
Well,
What? I am well insulated.
nothing wrong with it.
I like it. Good way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. She really happy with you guys.
Yeah. And comfortably in
Someday.
your own skin.
But the
Yeah.
funny thing is, she wasn't like that back in the day.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I didn't actually hit that until I was probably 35 or so.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Good for you. At least you realized it.
Mhm. Oh, yeah, and then the Sarah that I am today is not the Sarah that you met,
No.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
Mentally, you're
Stronger.
All of the above.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's stronger.
definitely not.
you're more feistier than you are now.
Why are you looking at me?
I was waiting for you to say something.
Yeah, I was waiting to hear it.
No, I think I think I have a better understanding of what makes me happy. Of just overall like what makes up Sarah.
Yeah.
Um, but also my give a damn.
Is busted.
Yeah.
Me too, Sarah.
Yeah.
Sarah, I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I try. I say things just to get reactions out of people,
Yeah.
and I really don't care if they react in the wrong way. Not necessarily. I'm not trying to be necessarily mean,
Right.
but
Right.
if somebody says something to me, I'll do like the low blow on
So
the unseen low blow.
yeah.
It's like, oh man,
Yeah.
you just insulted me.
Well, I have to be careful of though, James, is I don't know if you can tell or if you've realized or not. I sometimes have a very dry sense of humor and I am very sarcastic.
I
Like
like it.
that is
Love dry humor.
a very like and my friends are like, we'll be talking about something and it will just it'll be hilarious, but it'll be just like I'll be straight faced and it'll just be dry and they will die like
That
cracking
is
up
some of the
laughing.
best humor of all time.
And it's a God-given natural talent. What can
I
I say?
like it. Sarah, go ahead.
So that turns people off. But I also have come to realize too, and I've had some actually one of my coworkers that said it's to me, they didn't mean anything out of it. But I've had guys say this to me, I've had other female friends say this to me where they're like, you're just very intimidating. And I think Sarah, yeah, oh, 100%. Yeah, like 100%. And I think the Sarah that I was when I first started the radio stations, and even when I was at the radio stations to a degree too, and when I was leaving there, like I would have been like, how do I change this? Like, how do I make you like me? Like, how do I like
What hit you at 35?
Um, we had some additional changes at the chamber. There were some people who left. And when one particular person left, I didn't realize how much my my light was being dimmed by them. And I don't know if it was I don't know if it was their self-esteem, if they just wanted to be if they were wanted to be in the spotlight the most, or if it's what they needed to feel like they, were, like, the top dog or whatever, even though they weren't the top dog. But when they left and people actually got to see certain things, see that I can talk in front of an audience, like, so many people didn't even I mean, I had a fake last name, like, some people are like, "I know your voice, I know it's you," and other people are like, "Holy shit, that was you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, but she's dead, she's gone, she bye." Um, but I think it was that, it was like the ability huh?
That was
Yeah, 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 and it was just, it was, an opportunity for me to just actually, like, show, like, "Okay, hey, this is who I am, and this is what I
good for
can
you.
do," and yeah, and, I actually had some people come up to me, and they're like, "Your aura has gotten so bright." Thank you.
Those are the ones I always say. Really? Where?
Yeah. I'm like, "Aw." But and then I start having people, and I still have it to this day where they're like, "I just like being around you." Like,
Mhm.
I feel good. Like, like you can be around some people and you're like, "Jesus, take the wheel." Like, everything is doom and gloom. Like, and even when stuff is doom and gloom, I've got some friends who are like, I just feel, like, better when I'm around you, and I think that there was part of that. I mean, I spent my 35th birthday in the hospital having emergency surgery too, which sucked,
Jesus.
but, I mean, it's just there was definitely a shift in me, but it also made me realize, like, I one of the reasons why I'm 41 and single is because I am like, look, I want someone who is strong. I want someone who will let me turn it off when I get home. I want someone who, will let me shine, but will also be like, okay, get your shit together. Come on, let's go. Let's do this. And I think that's one of the reasons too, like being at the chamber, like Arthur and I have worked together so well for the last 5 years since he started because he basically does that. He'll have moments where at first he was like, you need to figure out and start seeing yourself the way that the community sees you. Like
Right.
you're this, you're that, you're all these things. And I'm like, okay. And then there came a moment where he was like, okay, look, you've gotten a little bit too much, so we gotta wrangle you back in. We gotta humble you back down a little bit, which I need. My ego needs checked every once in a while. So I mean, it's yeah.
How about you, James? Have you ever had an epiphany like that where
Well, where
you had your body, you changed?
you know what I have, and
How long ago was that?
maybe 5 years ago.
5 years ago?
Mhm.
Yeah, where it's had a eye-opening experience where I needed to do something different.
Yeah.
It's something that drove me to a point where, and this is where I'm at right now.
Mhm.
So it's it's funny that you said that, and I'm glad you asked me that question because
You're welcome.
I've always had that thought. You need to do something different. You need to
Mhm.
change your lifestyle, the way you live, the way you think about things.
Mhm.
And when you do that, it's so. I mean, it's such a eye-opening experience that you have to appreciate it because when you have that experience, you take advantage of that.
Mhm.
And if you don't, you'll be kicking yourself in the ass
Mhm.
later down the road. So thank you for pushing me. And once again, I appreciate everything you've done to this point because don't get ahead of yourself. I will shut it down now. but I appreciate everything you've done and push me to this point where we're at now.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't do that,
I know. Yeah.
we
Still
wouldn't
the
be
same-
here right
we'll
now.
stay in the same
We wouldn't be
boat
talking
we're
to
at.
you right now.
Yeah.
I had the same kind of epiphany after my grandfather passed away.
Yeah.
About 4 years ago,
Mhm.
where he was my rock. He was technically my dad. My dad's still alive and still with me, but my dad was never around, still not
It's a
around.
good
And my grandfather was my
male
inspiration.
figure in your life.
Yeah.
My grandfather was my inspiration and pretty much my rock where I always went to when I needed someone to talk to. And when he passed away about 5 years ago, pretty much, yeah, I went, man,
Seriously?
his words,
That short time?
yeah,
Mhm.
his
Wasn't it
words,
long ago? Wow.
yeah, 5-6 years ago, I think. Yeah, I just found his actually, I have his thumbprint and his medal that I used to wear all the time,
Yeah.
and cleaning my desktop. And the funny thing is, I was thinking I should wear this still, but
You should.
I just don't want to lose it. That's
Keep
the
it close
thing.
to your heart, man.
And so I think about it could have been about 6-7 years old if I think about it, but his words always word to me was don't have any stress, don't have any remorse, live your life to the fullest because you never know when it's going to be your last.
Mhm.
And ever since then, it's I'm only there for one person only until I find my better half that wants to be with me and my goofiness and my smart assness, and is my daughter. And she lived my life.
She's living her own life now.
She's living her own life now, yeah. Because now I just actually
you're
just
empty
moved her.
nester.
I just moved her into her new
You're an
apartment
empty nester now.
in Wisconsin yesterday. So
Now it's time to find you.
I know who I am. I just
No, it's time to find you.
I found myself already a long
No,
time ago.
it's time to find you. Stop saying you found yourself.
Man,
You haven't found yourself yet.
I found them. I just
You
don't.
haven't found that groove that you're comfortable.
Oh, that's the thing. I just don't know which one I want.
That groove where you're like, this is what I want.
Yeah.
And that's the most important thing. Find
Mhm.
that.
No one's ever going to find that.
But
technically.
you can. It's not happiness. It's not necessarily happy because happiness is like everything's good. When you find that groove with yourself, you go through the ups and downs,
Mhm.
everyday life, and it's a struggle at times. But sometimes you find that happy medium where you're comfortable with it.
Thank you, Dr. Phil.
I'm just throwing some logic at you, man. Some science. That's all.
But yeah.
I
But
love
yeah,
you, man. Love you too.
I know everybody loves Joe.
See, now you look. Stop that
But-
asshole cockiness right there, motherfucker.
The question is, though, does Joe love
Everybody-
Joe?
Everybody loves Joe.
I do.
Everybody
I-
doesn't love Joe.
I love who I am. I love the person I am. I love the person the deep, dark, soulful person I am. For anybody that really truly does know me, I'll take the shirt off my back for somebody.
Yeah, you will.
I walked an old lady across the street the other day and then continued walking with her and got to know her, and she gave me her whole life story, but I just sat
I'm
there
sure
and
she didn't give the whole. How old was she?
86.
She didn't give her a whole life story.
Oh,
No.
Give you a brief
yeah,
summary.
but still I listened to
Of an
her. I listened to
86-year-old
her
woman.
letter.
Cliff Notes.
Yeah, I listened to her let her
Exactly.
talk. I mean, I don't care.
TLDR.
So, yeah. But I loved it. Every minute I love my life. But like my grandfather said, live it till you're gone. It's the only thing you can do.
There you go. You heard it from Joe Hill.
No, that's just me.
No,
I'm nobody special.
well, everybody's special in their own right, but at the same time, you just laid out the blueprint for who you are.
Oh yeah.
Good. I love it, Joe. Love it.
So I actually
Got
have.
deep.
Oh,
That was deep. That was like a
always get
moment of
deep.
Yeah.
silence right there.
No.
We always get
Like
these
you just
eventually.
kill the boy and let the man grow.
I'm a little kid in the heart. Actually, with the chamber
Mhm.
part of it, what's going to happen in the next 5 years? Is there a bit different plan for Sarah and moving on, or going back to farming?
I'm gonna say Sarah doesn't. She's on Sarah saying hell no.
Or does Sarah know what she's going to do next?
Yeah, that's a great question. I don't know what I'm going to do in the next 5 years. I mean, my hope is that, I'm still at the chamber in some capacity, but I also, I don't know, what God's plan is for me and where my story is supposed to go, or where it's supposed to take me. I do know that as long as my mom is alive, I am here in Southwest Michigan. When she passes, at that point in time, then yeah, I may reevaluate moving away, but I cannot see myself truthfully being happy living somewhere else. So I know I'll pretty much always be in Southwest Michigan.
Do you want to be president?
The chamber?
Yeah.
No. So
Is that too much?
Wow,
Is that too much?
She brushed that off quickly.
okay, so look, Arthur and I, we had both applied for the job at the same time. We both interviewed for it. It was basically down to him and me. Me being the internal candidate, him being the external candidate. They 1010% made the right decision by choosing him. Was I resentful? Was I angry? Was I hurt? Yes.
Yeah. What about now? Do you think you
Oh,
can handle the job?
I don't want the job. Do I think I can handle it now better
Better than you did
today than what I could 5 years ago.
Right.
When 5.5 years ago, however long it was ago, when they were interviewing me for it. Absolutely. Because even in the last 5 years, like, I know I've grown as a person. I know I've grown as a leader. I know I've grown at the chamber. And Arthur and I have this conversation fairly regularly too. And it's like, no, like, I'm good. Like, one of the things that in this last 5 years I've really learned about myself is that I'm not the visionary leader. And for that position, you definitely need someone who's a visionary. You need someone who can kind of see through the things. I am the workhorse. I am the implementator. I am the one where it's like, okay, the project manager, like, I am all of those
Could
things.
you be his right hand person?
Yeah, I mean, I like to think of myself as his right-hand person already, which is one of the reasons why we have worked so well together. I mean, it went from just Arthur and I, from 2020 to 2023. It was just the two of us. And then we added Jasmine as our third person. And then this last year and a half, we've added 4 more staff members, soon to be 5 once we hire somebody for Berrien Springs area.
Yeah.
Um, So I like to think of myself as his right-hand person. I might not always be his right-hand person, because we've got some amazing and incredibly talented people on our staff that could definitely easily become his right-hand person. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what God's plan is for me. I know that whatever I do in my life, I want to make sure that I'm doing good. I'm doing good for the community. I'm doing good for the people who are living here, for the businesses, and for myself. So that's kind of my motto on it. I grew up, you talked about your grandpa and what he would tell you. My grandma would always tell me, like, okay, you're the girl. Was the only granddaughter. And out of the five of us, I was the only granddaughter. And she would always tell me, like, okay, like, you're the one that makes the name for this family. Like, you're the one that, like, goes out and does big and good things. And I've had a lot of people along the way who are like, I don't know, there's something about you, like something big, something good is going to happen with you. What that is, I don't know. I mean, but I'm like, okay, my decisions are based on making sure that I'm doing good and I'm doing what's right.
You're awesome.
Some days.
And humble.
Yeah.
Some days.
All right, guys, are down to the last 5 minutes. We're doing our last call. It's a moment of where you can give shout outs to anybody you want, or any cause, or what are you doing next? The big things that you're doing next.
Or next big
Throw,
event.
throw it out there.
Oh man. Okay. So I'm on the Berrien Springs Pickle Fest committee. So that's happening July 4th. It's gonna be a lot of fun downtown Berrien Springs. Stop laughing. And then we
the pickle fest. It's funny to me.
Yeah, I love it. It's awesome. We get like 7,000 people
I
that come
know,
into
it's-
Berrien
it's-
Springs.
it's-
We basically
it's-
quadruple their
I think
population
it's
in
kinda-
one day.
I think it's
Good
kind of
deal.
cool. I
Yeah.
never knew
Pickle
pickles.
Fest.
Yeah.
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 Actually, it was pretty big last year.
Yeah, it was massive. And then we've got Celebrate Bridgman. The street dance is returning in Bridgman, so actively involved with that. That'll be on July 12th. Got our golf outing coming up, business after hours membership information. I mean, you can find a lot
After
of
hours, huh?
business after hours. Yeah,
Good.
5 to 7. Our next one will be at the Andreessen Center for Wellness at Andrews University at the end of the month. I mean, we've got a lot of really great stuff coming up. We will be launching a new leadership program through the chamber that I'll be leading. And then, I mean, we've got our foundation, we've got Discover that's doing big things. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. But if people have questions, by all means, feel free to reach out to me. Like, can't always guarantee the timeliness that I will respond to you, but I promise I will respond to you.
Sounds good. Joe, go ahead, brother. Bring it on in so I can finish this up. You
All
got
right.
it.
All right. Well, me and Sarah go a couple years back.
More than that.
Yeah, but for you, I always go sentimental for I don't know why for every person that's on here. For you, I'm very happy that you wanted to come on and talk about everything. And yes, we get all off subject. I'm sorry for that, but we do.
Don't be sorry.
But you are a person with many hats.
Mhm.
For coming up from being the farm girl to being in radio to the car,
Mhm.
the garage, and now where you're at now, I could see since how long I've known you, all the stuff that you went through and everything else, you are improved 110%. You are a stronger person. I could tell
Mhm.
by your aura and how how it has involved on who the person you are now. And I'm glad I know who you are, and you're very well known in the area, but you are your own person. You keep living your own life.
Thank you.
Hey, Joe. Way to finish that off. All right. Sarah, thank you for joining us tonight.
You're welcome, James.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
This
thanks
is a
for having
great
me on.
conversation. You're very, you know what I find in you, you're a very passionate person about what you do.
Mm,
And I love it. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you.
And we will have you back on. Not only that, I just want to thank you for being so honest and humble on the show, because that goes a long way with people.
Yeah.
The honesty and being humble is like a sign of sincerity,
Mm.
more or less, and it feels good to hear that.
Thank you.
You've done a lot of things, and like Joe said, you're a person with many hats. Many hats. You've done a lot of stuff. And from this conversation that we had tonight, this is another breath of fresh air for me because
Good.
I'm glad to meet people like you.
Yeah.
And like I said, we want to have you back on. All right, for you guys watching on YouTube, sorry, did I just throw you off?
No. No, you're
That's
good.
so yeah. If you guys watch on the YouTube, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification buttons so we can get more content out to you guys on a very regular basis, like Mondays and Wednesdays at 8 p.m. I appreciate you guys joining us.
And we have Tommy Fry.
Tommy Fry's
The
on
third.
Wednesday.
Tommy Fry the 3rd on Wednesday.
All right, guys, you heard it from Joe.
I wanted to ask you real quick, if we sign up for that, and you said we could probably be part of it, do we get ribbon cutting?
Oh, we've actually done a handful of them here in this building too.
For it.
If we be part of the commerce.
Okay.
Dude, if we
Sounds
we
good.
get a ribbon cutting.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds fun.
We stand in front of a banner and they cut the ribbon
With the giant big scissors.
For here?
Yeah.
What? Let's do it. I'm on board. Sarah, I'm on board. Count me in. Count me in. All right, guys. This is James Gill, your host for the Third Eye Truth There podcast, episode 92. We love you guys. And this is Joe Hill, my co-host, and our lovely guest, Sarah Spoonholtz. Thank you very much for joining us, guys. Appreciate you guys so much. We love you. We love you so much. That's it so many times. Thank you, Sarah, for joining us. All right, guys, we're about to get out of here. Gonna get the right. Yeah, and there we go. All right, guys. Join us on Wednesday, 8 p.m. We'll see you. Good night.